Anaiah's POV. My mate lifts me in his arms, and I hold him closer, feeling emotional after what happened. Medical personnel takes Anaiah on a stretcher. Her injuries are fatal, and it will take her months to get in shape, but the alpha's daughter glares at me. "I'm so proud of you, baby," whispers my mate. He puts me down and I wrap my arms around him, burying my face in his chest and inhaling his rain scent that calms me. So many high-ranking members come to congratulate me and pay their respect. After the crowd disperses, Erickson comes to us and my mate groans. I hold him tighter. "I knew you could do it, and you didn't even tap into your abilities," he says. How does he know about my abilities? The Lycans on my side seem surprised, except for Leandre, Dan, and Arya. "Get out," growls the Lycan beta. "We are on neutral soil. You have no rights to make orders here, beta," snickers the handsome man with blue eyes. Now that I look at him, he does resemble Erickson. Could it be that they are related? Before Dan can respond to the man, Jack was marching towards him, growling and ready for a fight. But the man only had a confident smirk on his lips. Arya stood between them and smiles at Jack. "I've just witnessed one of the most amazing fights of my life. Please don't taint that," Jack growls, but retreats. Being an Altamirano makes you a werewolf princess, and Enrique is diving his pack for an easier workload, so he'll probably ask you to lead the branch. "I'm open for alliances," he says, looking into my eyes, and I roll my eyes. What is this man playing at? Why would he want an alliance with me? And is my brother dividing the pack? It is not uncommon for wolves to divide packs if they are too large. The royal pack is still the largest, so my mate divided it into districts and assigned higher-ranking lieutenants to run them and report to him every month, but Enrique is actually dividing it into two, so he'll need an assistant. Alpha, but there are no female alphas around. I'm sure having so many responsibilities alone is exhausting for him. After all, he's just 25. After we leave the arena, we go back to the castle. I refresh and wear a silk nightdress before going back to the bedroom. I find Leandre sitting on the bed. I smile and straddle him. He wraps his hands around my waist. He is kissing me, leaving marks on my neck and causing me to moan in pleasure. My inner wolf is crazy with desire for him, and I want him to take me right now. I kiss his lips forcefully, and his hand slips into my dress, softly caressing my thighs with his fingers. I undo his shirt's button and place kisses over his torso. He groans when I bite his nipple, and I feel his erection under his jeans. I am eager to have him in me, and my movements become fast. He is impatient, and he pulls up my dress, but he couldn't properly suck my breast. As he enjoys, so he takes off the whole thing and throws it to the floor. He smirks and dives his head between my chest. His trousers are off, and I position myself on his hardness. My mate grips my hips, and I move sexually. Our moans and groans are filling the room. "Ah, baby." He vigorously moves under me, and I quicken my pace, my breasts bouncing up and down. Having sex with him is so addicting. I'm close and keep going faster. "Leon," my moans are getting desperate, and he bites and licks my ears. I tighten around him and spasm around his cock. My release hit me harder, and I scream his name just as he comes to. We both collapsed on the bed after our fast but intense sex. He kisses my forehead, and I close my eyes to rest. I hear him chuckle, and he gets into a good sleeping position. My wolf is satisfied, and I smile, dreaming about my mate. We slept the day away, and when we woke up, it is 6 p.m. I stir and turn to face him. My fingers run to caress his stubble beard, and I can't help placing a kiss on his lips, and he deepens it. He smiles against my flesh. He swiftly grabs me and gets over me, entering me, and I cry out. He pounds in me savagely, and just how I like it until we come. I'm hungry, I pant. He kisses me and mind links someone to get us food. The rest of the night we spent together and with each other. Arya's POV. I could hear the thumping of my heart. His delicious scent enveloped me. I missed him a lot. He was away for a few weeks, so we couldn't be together, and I'm glad to see him back. He wraps his arms around my waist. I missed you, he breathes. I caress his face, and he takes me to his car. Jacob drives us to his penthouse in the city, and the drive is silent. He is drinking his whiskey directly from the bottle, while I watch the beautiful scenery of the city. This part of the city was meant to be part of the royal pack, but my brother made it neutral ground when he took over as king, a place where Lycans from the different packs can be without any kind of violence. We reach the building and go straight to his lavish apartment. It's as neat as I remember, with white and gray furniture. His apartment is 4 bedrooms, a huge living area, a stylish kitchen he doesn't use except when I'm here since he cooks for me as I don't know how, a study room, a minibar, an indoor gym, and a pool. I go to the balcony as I love the view there, and I feel tingles as his arms circle around my waist. We stay like that for a long time, enjoying this calmness between us. Soon, he removes a chessboard and we play our favorite game. I growl in frustration, knowing he's winning. As usual, Jacob is very calculative and too intelligent, but I try my hardest. I smirk as I close all routes for him. He scratches his chin in thought, and soon, my smirk disappears as he checkmates me, and I lost again. Things between us have escalated, and even though we try to make it physical, it's getting hard for both of us. We spent time together even when we don't have sex, and my mate finds a reason to see me when he's less busy, but we have not talked about our feelings. Just sex. I remind myself again. No strings attached as we promised at the beginning of the relationship. As we continue to play a game of chess, his phone rings and he excuses himself to answer, moving a few meters from me. I sigh, putting the board away and sitting comfortably on the sofa with a glass of wine in my hands. He goes to another side of the room, but I can tell that whosoever he's talking to is making him angry, and he glances at me from time. What is making him this agitated? However, it's none of my business. Jacob hung up and comes back. Is everything all right? Pack business, he says. I don't ask anymore. My stomach growls and blush makes its way to my face. He smiles and stands up, extending his hand to me. Once we reach the kitchen, he settles me on the counter and goes to the other side, rummaging through the fridge and drawers. So, what do you want to eat, Ms. Arya? I inhale and think today I'm in the mood to eat pasta and meatballs, and he's only too happy to make it for me. Jacob's POV. Arya and I have been seeing each other for 3 months now, and things between us are changing. I can feel it within me, and it's not only the feelings I'm beginning to develop for her. I want to spend time with her and caress her tan skin. I enjoy watching her sleep and her body cuddled up against me. This was new territory for me. I've never cared for a woman as I did her. Is it because she's my mate? I was acting unreasonably, especially knowing that this relationship will end soon since my brother's plan was coming together really fast, and I didn't tell him about my relationship with Arya La Vista. I prepare her food and serve her. I watch her eat with a smile, and I give her again. For someone who loves to eat, it's a shame you have no skills in the kitchen. For someone who likes to cook, it's a shame you can't finish a plate of spaghetti, she retorts. I watch her eat her meal and she's giddy like a child, shaking her shoulders. This is wrong, I tell myself. Thinking of her as much as I did was wrong. Fantasizing about her was wrong. Texting her was wrong, and most of all, it is wrong to get attached to her. I kiss her temple, and she seems surprised by my actions. And it's a bit awkward. I close my eyes momentarily and clear my throat. Sorry about that, I murmur, but I'm not sorry at all. It was instinct to do that. Arya clears her throat and stands up, putting her plate in the dishwasher. She turns around to face and says the words no man wants to hear. We need to talk, Jacob. This can't be good. I think we should just relax for a while and go on our separate ways. Anaiah's POV. I was getting ready for my date when Arya entered the room with a sullen expression. Are you okay? She nods her head and sits on the white fur carpet in the middle of my closet. She has been blue for the past couple of weeks and has been working hard at the company. I show her 2 outfits that I picked out. A long dress that has a beautiful neckline, only enough to tease a cleavage, and one that is bareback. She picks the one with the bareback, and I smile. It was my first choice too. And it's much tighter. I'm not underweight anymore, but I am not curvy either. I wear the outfit with nude heels, and Angela does my makeup in a smoky eye and rich red lipstick. Putting on my teardrop-shaped earrings, I look in the mirror and gasp. I look hot and the dress is nicely tight. I descend the stairs and go out to the car. Jake opens the door for me and drives me to a location I'm unfamiliar with. Not that I know many places anywhere. We are still in the pack. At a restaurant, however, it is empty. Jake guides me inside and my nerves are going crazy. He's waiting. My bodyguard whispers in my ears and smiles. Before I ask him more, he turns on his heels. My wolf propels me to follow the scent of my mate, and I do. A man I don't know is dressed in a suit and has a friendly smile on his face, opens the door for me, and I enter a room full of red roses. The scenery is captivating and has aromatic candles lit beautifully. There is a table setting for 2, with 2 glasses and a bottle of champagne on the side. I finally see Leandre, standing against the glass wall. My handsome man is watching me with a smile on his gorgeous lips. He is wearing a white dress shirt and dark pants, and in a room full of red roses, he has a water lily in his hand. He comes to me and grabs me by my waist, capturing my lips into a sizzling kiss. You're so beautiful, baby, he husks, and I smile, laying my head on his chest, and he kisses my head. You did all this for me? I ask, tearing up. He cups my face and nods. Happy mate day, my love, I smile. I forgot that was a thing. And he gives me a present, a beautiful pink diamond necklace. I hold my hair up, and he puts it around my neck, kissing the back of it in the process. I smile and turn around to thank him with a tender kiss. I'm sorry I didn't get you anything. I apologize. He did all this for me, and I even forgot it's Mates' Day together. A day to celebrate mates they enjoy and thank Goddess Selene for the mates they were blessed with. It's okay, my love. I wasn't expecting anything, he says, and kisses my forehead. I love that he randomly kisses me. We sit down for dinner, and the food is extra delicious, and I'm enjoying everything. Even though my mate doesn't eat much. I was too excited when our dessert came, and he watched me with a smile. Leandre doesn't eat sweet food, so I ate his share. He holds my hand the whole time as we talk about everything and nothing. He is more interested in my thoughts on being queen since I've taken up a few roles in the pack, like organizing charity events, and the new project I'm working on. I learned that there are no females allowed to train in some districts. Hence, we are trying to stop that. Every shifter should at least know how to defend themselves. Nevertheless, some lieutenants are stubborn, but that is where their wives come in. I have been interacting with them, and most of them agree that women should have a say in how things are run politically. So you want women to have a political rank? He asks, and I nod. He looks surprised. Well, women in this city are not politically, hence they are no female alphas, he says, and I look at him bewildered. Things have to change. Come on, it's 2018. When will women be in the forefront, and not only there to make their men shine. He shrugs. I don't make the rules, baby. Well, what happens when an alpha only has female children? The line of succession goes someone else with the strongest alpha blood in the pack. But some alphas will just marry off their daughters to wealthy, strong men so that their family shouldn't lose the title and power. I heard that, and it disgusted me. They don't believe that a woman can lead a pack without a man despite her alpha blood and status. Isn't it taking away their birthright? I ask. He nods. We discuss further on the issue, and he finally sighs in defeat. Well, it would be nice to have female alphas so we can see things from women's perspective. But as I said, I don't make the rules, my love, I know. The council does, but you are part of the council and has more power than anyone in those seats, I tell him gently. But it's not a dictatorship. If you want to change hierarchy and rules, you need to make a formal request, and the council has to vote on it. Let's say I do that. Will you support my proposition? I ask in a sultry voice. Trying to persuade him, he chortles at the way I'm biting my lips and trying to be cute. My love, you don't need to lure me to agree with you on this issue. You have my full support, but the majority of alphas need to approve. He tells me and kisses my hand sweetly. I'll do it. At least I have one vote already. I chew my bottom lip in thought. There are about 35 packs in the city, and I have to convince them to stand with me on this issue that threatens their alpha position, especially those who got it through a marriage alliance. And you have 2 more votes, he says. I squint my eyes. I don't know any other alphas other than him that is on the council. Your brother and my mother are part of the council. My mom will gladly support you in the fight for women. It's all she does. I didn't know they were part of the council. I will have to see my brother soon, to ask for his support, and I will meet with Leandra's mom. She's such a sweet and gentle woman. However, I will need a list of names of all the alphas who are part of the council. When is the next council meeting, love? I ask. In 2 months. The rest of the date goes smoothly, and we discuss something else, away from politics. A song by Ed Sheeran, Thinking Out Loud, plays, and like the gentleman, my man extends his hand to me and asks me to dance. I accept with a curtsy, and we dance close to each other. I'm not the best dancer, but I follow his lead and we move with the rhythm. You're a good dancer, he whispers to me. I'm just following your lead, I answer in the same tone as him. We are interrupted by the breaking of the glass door. I jump a foot in the air as the man who opened the door for me earlier drops in front of us with a thud. His body is bruised. I peer up at my mate, but his glare goes beyond the broken glass, and a dozen of men appear. Hunters, commonly known as slayers. Anaiah's POV. However, these were no ordinary slayers. They were turned into shifters by an alpha, making them stronger. The 6 shifter slayers approach. They are all huge with daring expressions on their faces. Did they know they were in the presence of the king of Lycans, and how did they get past the border? I knew that we were close to the border in this area, but still. The man on the floor whimpers, and I kneel to assess his bad injuries. 3 silver daggers are embedded in his chest. He isn't going to make it, and my body shakes with anger. My mate's cold glare is on the men, and they stop just a few feet from us. They are intoxicated with something very strong, and their eyes are vain, with no emotions. They look like puppets. Even when they speak, their voice is mechanical. We want her. One huge guy with piercings points at me. Leandra growls and slightly pushes me behind him, whereas I refuse to hide behind anyone in my life. Never again. Who turned you? Growls my mate. Shifter slayers are shifter hunters who are turned by an alpha either mistakenly or by choice. Hence they are stronger than an average wolf and still have the hunter instincts to kill shifters, if not tamed properly by their sire. It's surprising to see them in a group, because it is considered illegal to turn them, and any alpha who does that must be stripped of their power and executed immediately. We are only here for the woman, and was told to get rid of anyone who stands in our way. You are not going anywhere with my mate. Leandra's eyes are shining gold, and his tone made me flinch. One of the slayers approaches with great speed, and I get in a fighting stance. But the man doesn't even do anything as my mate grabs him by the throat. I close my eyes when I hear bones crack and a snapping of his neck. My mate doesn't even lose a sweat. How strong is he? His eyes have gone cold, and the 5 men look shocked, retreating a little bit in fear of the king. He lets the body drop to the floor. Who sent you? I ask with authority in my tone, but they keep quiet. These fools were dumb enough to come in the largest and wealthiest pack to get the king's mate? It looks like they didn't know much about the mission. One of the men shifts into a tawny wolf and jumps at us, but I use my telekinesis to push it away from us, making him hit a wall with force and his blood splatter on the wall. For a moment, I am dumbfounded at my power. I only meant to push him away, not kill him. My mate looks at me, confused and staggered, but we have no time to contemplate as the 3 wolves shifts into their form and lunge at us. While Leandre fights 2 shifter slayers, I fight the others. The huge beast pushes me against the table, causing me to hiss at the painful impact on my side. He takes this opportunity to claw my leg, and I grab the chair and hit him as fast as my hands can until he starts to stagger, blood dripping from his fur. The rogue is ominous and attacks me, but I jump over him and grab a long piece of wood from one of the broken chairs to attack him, making him collapse to the floor. I glance at my mate, who has already killed the 2 men, and was watching me in amusement, but I panic when I see blood on his clothes. It's not mine, he's quick to assure me. I nod and run into his arms, realization dawning on me. I killed 2 men. My body is shaking and my mate is whispering in my ears. You're fine. They deserved it, he continues to cook. A few minutes later, Dan, Arya, along with some warriors appear on the scene. They immediately inspect everything, and Leandra has taken out his phone, shouting orders to check the border and conduct an investigation. How did they get at the border and who turned them? They have all these unanswered questions. Arya wraps her arms around me from behind, and I close my eyes, trying to breathe in. My leg injury is healing, however. My side is killing me. After discussing with a few people, my mate comes back. He kisses my temple and takes me to the car. Dan is driving, and Arya is sitting in the passenger seat, while my mate and I are in the back seat. They have questions about my abilities, but don't ask, deeming it not the right time, and I'm thankful for that. I rest my head on his shoulder, and Leon pulls me onto his lap, so I can be more comfortable. My hands are around his torso, and I close my eyes. The ride is silent, and I'm surprised when we stop at the general hospital. I glance at Leandra. What are we doing here? I ask, confused. You need to get checked. You look extremely pale and weak. And I notice your healing process is taking longer, he says. Indeed, I feel weak and my side hurts. I nod and we walk hand in hand into the hospital. I grimace at the smell of strong medicine. Leandra leads me to a private area where we meet the royal doctor. He is a tall, thin man with snow-white hair and a beard. Good evening, everyone. He salutes, and Arya hugs him. They exchange a few words, and she explains to him my situation. The doctor glances my way, and I see recognition in his gaze. He smiles at me, and I smile back. Sit, please, young lady. I answer his questions, while a male nurse cleans my wound, which is almost healed now. The doctor and my people are talking about my condition, and assuming, I notice Leon doesn't mention my ability. Should we tell them that I have abilities? I ask through our private mind link. He thinks a while longer before responding if you're comfortable. But I do trust them, he replies. I hold his hand and smile, but his gaze is fixed on the X-ray on the board. I sigh and bite my lower lips as I tell them about my abilities. By the time I am done, Arya and Dan have their mouth hanging while my mate's face is expressionless. The doctor smiles and gets up from his seat and says, "So you are an Altamirano too? What do you mean? You knew about this?" The old doctor nods and begins to explain. My late sister worked at the Royal Infirmary in the Solace Pack, and she told me about the Royal's special abilities. Have you used your abilities before? Yes, but just during training with my brother, and the last time I teleported, I passed out for days. I explained to him, "You are still young and your abilities are unstable and draining. They are slowing down your healing process. I'd like for you to first practice before actually using them." For now, the doctor goes on to explain more. He is knowledgeable about my abilities, and I listen to every word he says. He also advised that I should train in combat to make myself stronger so that I can have better control of my powers. I should also try to meditate and relax, not only my body but mind. The doctor gives me some vitamins that I should take once a day, and we bid him good night before going back to the car. "Leandre, are you all right?" I ask, worried that he's too silent. He opens the door for me and kisses my temple. "I have some work to do at the office." To Arya, he says, "Please order some food and make sure she eats and then takes the medication." I pout, still holding his hand, but he only gives me a half-hearted smile and closes the door. He watches us leave, and I sigh. He leaves me to think about what I did wrong. Did I do something wrong? Arya's POV. I'm thinking about whom could have sent those men to get my sister-in-law. Could it be Erickson? Last time at the match he showed interest in her and didn't bother hiding that he lusted for her, and now my brother is losing his shit over this. His woman has got 24/7 protection, even though she doesn't know it. After replying to some work emails, I go into the shower for a relaxing bath. I lay my head on the border. I must have fallen asleep because I woke up to images of my mate. Drying my body with a towel, I go to bed. Laying on the bed, my thoughts drifted to Jacob. He was hurt that I wanted to take a break, but it was for the best. Our relationship was moving fast, and I needed time to recollect my thought. My phone rings and I reluctantly check to see who it is. Jacob. I sigh and end the call. I receive a text from him. "Are you all right?" I don't respond. Another notification comes. "Call me whenever you need me, Arya." The next day, my brother woke me before 5 to go and investigate what happened. But it was futile. No one saw them enter the territory, and their scents were concealed. He orders a search in most territories to check if there are any more shifter slayers. It's almost noon. Let's go home and rest. I complain, tired. We've been moving up and down, but I have a feeling he just wants to avoid his mate for some reason. Leandra was hurt that she kept the truth about her powers a secret, even though we suspected already that she could be a special wolf because of her bloodline. Have you talked to her about what happened last night? About her powers? No. His eyes are cold and are exuding his alpha aura. Talk to her. Maybe she was just scared, and I tell him my thoughts about it. Once I reach home, I refresh and rest before going to Anaiah's room. I need someone to go to the club with. Anaiah protests and complains as she has never gone to the club before. But I insist and she accepts. Fine. It's not like Leon cares. He's avoiding me since yesterday. I give her a quick hug and pick out a sexy outfit for her. I do her makeout and damn, the queen looks divine, but she's a little shy in her outfit. However, she will suck it up. I wear a sequin dress that reaches mid-thigh and heels. We make our way downstairs. The servants we meet giggle and compliment how beautiful we look, and Anna is so sheepish. Too cute. I drive us to the nearest club in the city, and because they know me, we don't stand in line. We get into the club and I smile at the familiarity of the place, a large bar, and the dance floor with different colored lights with loud music. I drag Anna to the bar. Hi, beautiful ladies. The bartender smiles and I wink and wave. He's docky and cute. What are you having? He asks in an Italian accent. Tequila shots. 4 shots coming your way. Anaiah is looking around uncomfortably and almost cringe when men wink at her. You need to loosen up and drink, I say as I hand her the drink. I thought she won't drink it, but she did. I smile and we kept going and taking more. Next, we go to the dance floor. Dance. I cheer my sister-in-law on. Timidly, she starts to move her petite body softly to the rhythm of the song. She is enjoying it. We are dancing together and having fun, but I can't shake the feeling that someone is watching me. My eyes scan the area, but I see no one suspicious. Anna has gone back to the bar, taking more shots. I'm glad I forced her to come. She does feel better. The bartender is talking to her, and I gasp, seeing that she's flirting back. Brother is killing someone's son tonight. Where's my mate? The servant said you went out. Growls my brother in the link. I roll my eyes. It's a girls' night out. Where the fuck are you, language brother, and ask her yourself. I retort. He is silent and closes the link. Asshat. We continue having fun, dancing with strangers when I hear a very familiar growl in the crowd, and people screamed and scatter. We stop dancing as my big, angry brother advances towards us. His eyes are fixed on the guy who was dancing with his mate. Oops. Get your fucking hands off her waist before I yank them, he growls, and the man shivers, backing away from the angry king. He glares at me, but I only wink at him. Leandra is the strongest Lycan to ever live. He is ruthless. People tremble at the mention of him, but I know he can never hurt me. Let's go home, he says to his mate. No, she says quietly. He sucks in a breath and calms himself. Why? Because you hate me. Leandre's eyes soften at his mate's words, and he cups her face, kissing her forehead. Do they even realize that the music has stopped playing and everyone is looking at them? I'd never hate you, baby. I love you. You've been avoiding me for 3 days, she cries. And I'm sorry about that, love. Can we talk about it at home? No, Leon. I still want to party. Please stay with me for the first time. My brother looks around the place and scowls. Not here. Let's leave Princess Arya to her ratchet clubs. I'll take you somewhere else to continue the party. Okay? Anna smiles and nods. He carries her out of the club, and only then does the DJ plays the music. The crowd cheers and the party continues. As I dance, I twirl around only to be met with the man I thought I would never see again. Stefan, I breathe, looking at the mate who rejected me more than 2 years ago. Stefan was my first mate. I was ecstatic when we found each other. But he had other plans for me. He slept with me and then rejected me like I was no one. He left the city to pursue his music career, but failed. I grabbed my purse and rushed for the door, but I couldn't reach it when he grabbed my wrist and spun me to him. I expected to feel the sparks I once did for him, but his touch was cold. I look into his brown eyes that I once loved with everything in me, and then to the face I thought was most handsome. It wasn't anymore. He was just an average Lycan. My heart was beating at a soft pace, and there were no longer butterflies at the sight of him. Running away from me? He asks. I struggle to get out of his grip, but the bastard just put an arm around my waist. Stefan, I see you're back, I sigh. He nods and crashes his lips on mine. I was too stunned to react immediately, but when I did, I punch him in the face. Don't ever kiss me again. He looks shocked. But why? You're my mate. I gape at him. Did he suddenly have amnesia? I'm not you, mate, Stefan. You rejected me, and I accepted it. He sighs and runs a hand through his hair. Well, I was wrong. I'm sorry, he says. Apology accepted now, leave me alone, I growl. He tries to talk to me, but I get in the car and drive away. Reaching home a few minutes later, I go straight into the wine cellar where I start to drink. Stefan is back, I whisper to myself. I was sure he will never come back to this city after what he did to me. I drank for hours and crawled to my room, but I felt so cold. Getting my phone, I called Jacob. I need to be with him right now. I need him to touch me. I try again when he doesn't pick up, and the phone stops ringing completely. I throw it across the room and cry myself to sleep. I woke up late in the day with a terrible hangover. I tried to make myself look presentable, but failed. I try to call Jacob again, but he still doesn't answer. I remember he gave me his office line and I call. Unfortunately, his secretary told me he was busy in a meeting. Days later, Stefan has been a pain in my ass. Not only does he follow me everywhere to apologize and beg me to take him back, but he's being aggressive. Whatever drugs he's taking are fucking him up. Just last night, he came to my workplace to demand he sees me, and when security denied him entrance, he waited for me in the parking lot. I would tell my brother to deal with him, but Leandre is irrational sometimes and might end up banishing or killing him. So for now, I'll deal with the issue myself. I check my phone to find 17 missed calls from the psycho. I groan and block his number. I force myself to focus on the paperwork, but Jacob's face comes to mind. He's been busy, says he's secretary. Is he avoiding me? I know it's me who suggested going on a break, but I thought he'd continue to call as he did. I was missing him badly, and my Lycan is miserable. Going back home from work, it's pouring heavily and my Lycan edges me to drive me towards the Northern Territory. I get there in 7 minutes and just wait. It's pouring heavily so patrol can't smell me. I get out of the car, ignoring the downpour. My heart is pounding in my chest as I take one step after the other toward the northern border. Arya's POV. My heart is pounding in my chest as I take one step after the other toward the northern border. What the fuck am I doing? I should go back. I need to go back now before it's too late, and logic wasn't on my side, and sprint into the Northern Territory, the enemy's lair. I am free to kill now, since I entered their territory without permission. The Northern Pack is just as I remember, neat, clean, and tall skyscrapers. There is no one in the streets, so I walk freely on the sidewalks, where I can shield myself from the rain. I don't even know where I'm going, or why. Mate, Emmy chants. I walk aimlessly for half an hour, and decide to go back when I hear growls. Patrol has caught a strange scent. They must be good to recognize an intruder has entered with this rain. I run through the nearest alley, knowing I am at a disadvantage here. But I get lost. The slums are dark, and I'm having a hard time finding my way to the border as I am deep into the town. I stop not only to look around and catch my breath. I try to block out the sound of rain and thunderstorms. I realize they are not chasing me anymore. I step out from my hiding spot only to meet 5 warrior Lycans. They are growling and angry at me. I assess each one of them. I'm not sure if they recognize me yet. From the looks of it, they don't know exactly where I am from, because if they knew, they would attack. The biggest Lycan growls and starts to advance towards me and prepare myself to fight. But just as he lunges at me, a shadow flies between us. Jacob. My breath hitches at the sight of him. Oh, I missed him. He looks even more handsome. He is standing between me and the 5 Lycans, shielding me from their view. The mind link for a few seconds before the beasts leave in a blur. He turns around to face me, and we look at each other for a long time, until I can't take it anymore and wrap my arms around him. Jacob doesn't hold me, and I feel tears sting my eyes. A sensation runs through my body when I feel him hug me back. We stay like this for a long time until he pulls away. Arya, he breathes, caressing my cheek with his fingers. What are you doing here? I stayed silent, searching for words. Should I tell him that I was missing him, so I came to search for him? Well, you weren't answering my calls, I say, feeling stupid now. And you come to my territory? He sighs, running a hand through his wet hair. Jacob is frustrated. I didn't. I'm at a loss for words. I'll leave. I quickly turn on my heels and walk away, but he grabs my hand. Wrong way, and I can't let you leave like this. Let's go. We leave the alleys and I follow him through the lonely streets. We are both silent and the rain is starting to stop. After walking for 10 minutes, we turn into a secluded area with huge, modern-designed houses. Jacob leads me into the paved driveway. The house is magnificent and is mostly made of glass. He easily opens the house with a password and gets in. The interior is very warm and beautiful. The furniture looks new and elegant. Just like his apartment, it's mostly white and gray. It feels so homey, I'm shocked. Does he stay with his family? I notice there are a few pictures on the wall. Arya, here. We go upstairs to his bedroom, and I stand on the white carpet, not knowing what to say or do. He disappears into the bathroom and comes back to tell me he prepared a warm bath for me. I strip out of my wet clothes, and his gaze is riveted on me. He blinks a few times and excuses himself. I go to the huge bathtub and sit there. The warm water feels good against my skin. I keep thinking about why he's sullen. He barely said anything to me. Feeling better, I get out of the tub and dry myself with a towel, and use another to wrap over my body. I go to the bedroom and find a pair of sweatpants and a black t-shirt on the bed. I wear that and follow his scent downstairs, into the kitchen. He too has taken a shower and changed into fresh clothes. Hey, I wave. He looks at me and smiles, a smile that doesn't reach his eyes. I made you chicken soup. Please sit. I take a bar stool and he gives me my bowl. The soup is delicious and warm. Arya, that was dangerous. You could have gotten killed. The gentleness of his voice surprises me. I push my bowl away, and he puts it in the sink. Why were you avoiding me? I ask. I wasn't avoiding you. Don't lie to me. I was respecting your wishes to be left alone, he starts. And I think you were right. We were moving fast, and our emotions got out of control. I look at him astounded. You won't try to convince me that our Lycans need this? No, Arya, he says. Tears well up in my eyes, but I smile tightly at him. This is for the best. Arya, I was losing control and doing the one thing I promised not to. What is it? I swallow. Fall for you. I almost forget how to breathe when those words leave his mouth. My heart is thumping in my chest like crazy. Jacob walks closer to where I'm at, touches my nape. He kisses me. It's not possessive or deep, just an innocent one. That is why we need this break. Is this why you've been avoiding me? No. I've been busy. He holds my hand and takes me to the bedroom. I slowly get in bed and he lies next to me. Our backs turned against each other. Minutes go by and no one makes a move to touch the other. Another, until we both turn at the same time and our lips meet for a long, passionate kiss. Our tongues played for a little while now. This is familiar. The kisses were familiar. My body was heating up real fast as we continued, and all I wanted was for him to thrust his shaft into me. Our position changed, so I'm under him, and when he buried his long cock into me, I cried his name. His fingers lace with mine as he takes me over and over again. Anaiah's POV. Mature content. You want me, baby, he husks in my ear. I felt his slow movements towards me, and my heart was beating a mile a minute. Yes, sir, I breathe out. I felt his breath on my neck, and my breath shudders. Spread your legs, my mate orders, and I oblige. Wider. I wanted to caress him, but my hands were bound against the bed, and I was blindfolded. He caressed my naked body ever so gently, and my hips arched in the air. My juices were dripping, and I moan in pleasure. He put his knees on either side of me, and his mouth assaults me in all ways. I was his wholly and completely. I allowed him to dominate me however he pleased. I felt something cold run from my throat to my pussy, and a shiver went down me. Leandre licked whatever he put there, and I cried, "Leandre, baby," I moan, and he stopped. Next, I felt a smack on my ass cheek. "What are you supposed to call me when we are in here?" He husks in a sexy voice. Sir? I breathe as his fingers abruptly enter me. He fingers me, and I was close to coming. My wall tightens, and he suddenly stops. I cry out in frustration. Leandra nibbles my neck, and all I wanted to do is touch him. Caress him, but these fucking chains are making it so hard. I can't feel him close anymore, and next, something feather-like was going around my body, and I was losing my shit. I am crying out in pleasure, and fuck, I've never wanted to be taken as I do now. He explores my body, and my body jerk up, seeing I wanted to come. Don't come. I could only oblige and do as my master asks. My body is shaking, not in fear, but pleasure, pure satisfaction. I feel his tongue at my entrance, and I wasn't prepared when he thrusts it into me. He licks me, and all I do is squirm. "You're delicious, baby." He continues sucking my pussy until I come into his mouth, and he licked my juices. He let me taste myself. "You taste so good." I nod, but I want something else in me. Something big, long, and hard in me. I need his cock. "I want you, sir, please," I beg breathlessly. "You have me." My head rolls back as I try to steady the beating of my heart. "Sir," I protest. A chuckle comes out of his chest, and he positions himself between my legs. His strong hands hold me firmly, and without warning, he enters my pussy. I smile and cry at once. "You want this, baby?" he asks. I nod my head furiously. "Yes, Daddy." He thrusts in me again, his whole erection buried in me. "How much do you want me?" "So much," I moan loudly. I can't contain my cries as he savagely pounds on me. He flips me over swiftly, has me on my knees, and enters me. I notice this is a favorite position of his. Nothing is heard in the room except the sound of our flesh colliding. "Oh, Daddy, why?" I am screaming like a madwoman as he unleashes his fire. A few minutes later, I come over and over. With a few thrusts, he reaches his orgasm with a groan. Leandre uncuffs me and removes my blindfold. Luckily, the room had dim light, or else it would blind me. He holds me closer and kisses my forehead. With the way we are making love, I'll surely have a baby soon. I laugh, and he stiffens in my arms. If he wasn't holding me so tightly, I'd turn around to face him. "No babies for now," he says firmly. "Relax." I'm joking. I giggle, trying to lighten the mood. He only kisses me again and again. I cuddle next to him and hold him. Thinking about what happened, he does what to have kids though, right? Amos's POV. I was furious learning that the shifter slayers I sent to get my mate were dead. It happened the fucking king was there, and the bastards didn't recognize him immediately. I pace around the small room while I listen to Eunice whine about her Luna ceremony. The only reason she is still by my side is the benefits that come with her. "What do you think, baby?" She is showing me 2 diamond necklaces that look the same. "They are the same," I sneer in annoyance. I find her more repulsing as the day goes by. I block her out and think of my mate. I miss her, and I'm dying to see her. But I can't go in the royal city pack without being killed. So I'll be patient. My plans with Erickson are going well. My warriors will fight by his side, and I'm creating more shifter slayers. However, they are difficult to find and more challenging to control, and their primal instinct is to kill shifters. I haven't told Alpha Erickson about the shifter slayers, though. I don't trust him. My dick throbbed in my jeans when I remembered my mate, and I grabbed the Alpha's daughter. She immediately felt the rush of my need, and she was aroused, with the flick on her waist. The attending servants scurried away and tore her clothes, leaving her bare. He got on her knees and pulled down my trousers as everything happened. All I thought about was Anaiah, my true mate. "Ah, yes, baby," I moan when she began to suck my dick. I moan and grabbed the back of her hair, and she did it faster and faster. "Yes, Anaiah," I groaned, and the Alpha's daughter froze. "Fuck." She was glaring at me. I ran a hand through my hair and sighed, unable to utter a word. "You still think of that bitch?" Eunice screeched. She continued screaming and throwing insults, and all I could think about was how I haven't come yet. I storm out of the room to see an Omega I fuck. I mind-linked her earlier, and when I got in my suite, she was on the bed, naked. That's more like it. Arya's POV. Jacob and I had the best night. We made love over and over again. I was drowning in pleasure, and so was he. Unfortunately, dawn came, and he drove me to the border where I left my car. Like a gentleman, he opened the car door for me and kissed my cheek. The way he looked at me made it clear that was goodbye for good, and my heart ached inside my chest. I don't want to leave him, not now that I fell for him. He said he was falling for me too, but he didn't want to because of our pacts. "Jacob, this can't be over. We just need to go back to the way it was, and we can keep going." He snorts and shakes his head. No, Arya. I'm afraid that if we continue, they won't be going back for me. I'll want more," he says. "Do you know how hard it is to not mark you and drown you in my scent? We have responsibilities to our packs, to our family, and us being together is war. I can't leave my family for him, and he can't do the same for me. I know that well." I almost close the door, but he holds it. "Arya, I have another proposition for you." I get out of the car and look into his eyes. They hold so many emotions, and I nod, urging him to continue. "Run away with me then." I gape at him, letting what he said process. He is serious. "Oh, Moon Mother, you're serious." Jacob nods and smiles, looking as confident and daring as ever. I almost did it, but I shake my head, kissing him softly on the cheek. I enter the car and drive home. A month has passed, and I am getting desperate to see Jacob. I've been trying to call him, but it's the busy song again. I can't even directly speak to him. I was beginning to worry. Today is the Luna ceremony of Anaiah. The queen is wearing a beautiful floral white dress with heels and minimal makeup done to her face. She looks divinely beautiful. The whole pack is present and is cheering loudly for their Luna. In less than a year that she has been here, Anaiah has gained so much popularity among the people for her good and kind deeds, especially now that she is fighting for women's rights. Even alphas and lunas from different packs are here to witness the ceremony. Anna glances at me from the stage, and my smile mirrors hers. She has tears of happiness in her eyes. She probably didn't expect that so many people will come on this day. Anaiah's POV. It has been a whirlwind of emotions these past few months. But what I didn't expect when I came here was to receive the love and respect I got from the people. As I opened the curtain to the stage where this ceremony was to take place, I gasp at the people who attended. They were hundreds of them, as far as the eyes can see. Everyone could see me from the high balcony I was, and the cheers that erupted were deafening. I smile from ear to ear, but I'm nervous still. Ladies and gentlemen, the officer who was officiating the ceremony called. The cheers didn't completely die down until the Lycan King raised his hand. My mate looks at me lovingly and grabs my hand, lifting it to kiss my hand. He guides me to the officer, and Arya comes to the start, carrying a small crown on a velvet pillow. The crown is majestic and has so many diamond stones on it. She opens it to reveal the most beautiful crown I have ever seen. I get down on my knees in front of the officer and lower my head. Anaiah Altamirano, do you agree to be a good and fair queen to the Lycans? To take your responsibilities seriously and perform your duties to the best of your abilities? I do, all right now with the power conferred in me. I name you, Luna, of the Sapphire Royal Pack and Queen of Lycans, he says, lowering the beautiful crown on my head. It fit perfectly on my head, as if it was meant for me. It is meant for you, Shala chimes. She's ecstatic. Leandra helps me up and presents me to the people. Once again, they cheer and chant my name and title. Ladies and gentlemen, your Luna and Queen. A few tears roll down my face, and my mate grabs my waist delicately, kissing my lips in a sweet, gentle, but intense kiss. The kiss went on for a few minutes, and so did the cheers. We pull away when we are out of breath, and his warm hand rests on my neck. His eyes are warm, and he's smiling. My Luna, my queen, he breathes, kissing my lips again. After the ceremony, we go down to the crowd of people who are eager to congratulate us. First, it was the Lycan Alphas from the neighboring packs who came to greet me. They are all polite and respectful. And then, my brother, is smiling, and by his arm is a beautiful woman he introduces as Mary, an Alpha's daughter and a dear friend of his. Enrique's vibrating eyes look dull, and my breath clutched at the sight of him. He caresses my cheek. Congratulations, my princess, he smiles. But it doesn't reach his eyes. I lean into his hand and smile. She's a queen, not a princess, spats my mate, my brother, and mate don't like each other. They have always competed. Enrique glares at him and says, she will always be our werewolf princess. Brother, I have something to discuss with you. He looks at me questionably, but he nods and goes away. A few hours later, I receive a bouquet with a note written with congratulations. I love you, knowing exactly where they are from. I ask Jake to dispose of them. Reluctantly, he does. I know what he wants is to tell his king, but I give him an order. I fix my hair and dress before going back to the crowd. I continue to interact with them. Denise comes to me. She has a small smile on her face. She bows to me lowly. Congratulations, Luna. She's not beaming, but sounds genuine. I nod to her, and a few high-ranking Lycans come to me. The first one was Jack. He bowed to me, and the rest followed. The warriors pledging their allegiance to me. I feel tears well in my eyes as all the warriors once again get on one knee and bow their heads low. I nod with a smile, and they stand up. A loud howl resounds, and another and another. The party resumes, and everyone celebrates. Strong arms wrap around me from behind and lift me in the air, twirling me, and I yelp. Dance with me, baby, he requests as a song by Ed Sheeran perfectly starts. I stand on my tiptoes and caress his stubble beard. My honor, he sweeps me off my feet and takes me to the dance floor where people are dancing. The Omegas have brought out drinks and everyone is having the best time. We leave the dance floor and I watch my mate drink with his friends. They are getting high and wasted, toasting and celebrating me. The world falls away as I take in Leandre drinking his beer. He made it happen for us. He's ours and I'll forever love him. Time ticked by and my mate was drunk now. He lifts me in his arms and my legs wrap around him. I hold his broad shoulders as we dance to a fast song. Arya and Dan are dancing next to us, but I see my huge bodyguard brooding. Why is he? Feeling my gaze on him, Jake smiles and waves. I continue dancing with Leandre, and later, he takes me to our room. Babe, you're drunk, sweetheart. You're gorgeous. It's unfair, he slurs, caressing my face. I smile and kiss him on the lips. You smell like liquor, I whisper. I want you, baby. You have me, I answer. And he laughs. Anna? The room is spinning. Do you see it too? I smirk and push him off me. I take off my clothing and he watches me lustfully. His fingers start caressing my breasts as he likes. I tear his shirt off and my eyes fall on his tattooed chest of a crescent moon and lichen. My eyes bore with interest and my fingers play on his torso. My juices are dripping from my core and his huge bulge is standing tall and hard. I get on my knees and unbuckle his belt and pull down his pants along with his boxers. Leandra smirks, knowing what I'm about to do. The last time he stopped me from doing it, but now I won't take no. I take the tip of his dick in my mouth and lick the pre-cum. He throws his head back on the bed rest and his fingers run in my hair. I shove his erection deeper into my mouth and begin to work on it. He cusses and growls in delight as my tongue plays with his length. His hand is guiding me, and as his growls become louder, I know he's close to coming. Fuck, baby, he moans. I suck his dick fiercely and his breath jolts. He tries to push me off him when he's about to come, but I shake my head. A-H? With a rumble, he releases in me. I sit on his stomach while we catch our breath. I lift my hips and take his length in me. He's huge, but I fully manage to take all of him. He moans something incoherent as I rock my hips and move my waist. His hands are on my waist, guiding me, and the sound of our lovemaking is what is heard. We both come, and he kisses my shoulder, and then my lips before he slams on the bed, sleeping. Laughing, I get off him and go to the ensuite bathroom. I stand in the shower and let hot water run on my body. I thoroughly wash my hair and body, and feeling relaxed, I sigh and go to bed. I'm coming for you. I'm coming. I hear faint voices in my head, and I squint my eyes. Thrashing in bed, I wake up to someone shaking me. Baby, are you okay? He asks, concerned. Bad dream, I whisper, caressing his jaw. My mate pulls me in his chest, rocking me. The voice in my dream was so chilling, and I shudder, scared. Something bad is about to happen. I just knew it deep down, and I dreaded it. The next morning, I woke up early and got ready for the day. Wearing a dress and heels, I went out with Jake to my brother's territory. Patrol allowed us in, and I went straight to the mansion. Mutinta came in my line of vision, but she froze, her eyes fixed on my body, and Jake's lips broke into a smile as both of them said the word mate. They ran into each other's embrace and met for a kiss. Their makeout was tense and awkward for me, so I marched to my brother's study where he was shouting orders. Find her, he growled. I entered the room as two men left the room. Enrique, I called him. He was distraught. His eyes softened and pulled me into a hug. The hug was warm and long. Pulling apart, I asked gently, Is everything all right? No. I took his hand and we sat on a sofa. What is it? I found my mate, he said. But I lost her. Someone took her in front of my eyes. Anna, she was scared and bruised. I was shocked. What pack is she from? We can start there. I don't know. Not long ago, it was brought to my attention that a few ranking wolves have been auctioning girls in the pack. We don't know them. So my beta and I went to investigate. And that's where I found her, he says. My heart clutched. How cruel can people be? Enrique gives me all the information he has about the issue, and we go to the club owner. He doesn't know. I've used my telepathic abilities on him. But these men just hire the club. And pay in cash, he informs me. We spend half the day looking for the woman in the slums, or just any way to no avail. Going back home and refresh, I discuss the reason I'm here while we have dinner. You know you have my vote on that, and I'll talk to my alpha allies. I smile. The other person I will need to talk to support my motion is Erickson. Oh boy. Anaiah's POV. I have been talking to the alpha on the council seats, or at least the wives who have supported my cause in letting a woman have more rights, and say in the supernatural community. I didn't have time to prepare, so Leon requested the meeting to be pushed to 3 months, which they accepted. I am having lunch with 3 Lunas of the nearby Lycan packs at a resort that my mate owns. I invited these beautiful ladies because their husbands are been stubborn to give me their support. Just maybe they might use their charms to convince their men. We discuss matters of the pack first. How is it going with the motion you proposed? Do you think they'll approve? Luna Betty off the Light Moon asks. I don't know, ladies. That is why I need your help with this matter. I sigh. Luna Jeanette reaches out to touch my hand. Of course, dear. Tell us how we can help. After telling them everything and how they can help, the ladies agree. I have children, and they are all girls. I can't imagine them being shipped off to men they don't love. And my first married off to some brute just so that we don't lose our pack and power. That won't happen. If they approve my motion, your first daughter will lead her pack as it should. It's her birthright, after all. I smile in reassurance. My husband is only alpha because I was born female. Luna Betty sighs, gulping her wine. Michelle, the Luna of the Wood Pack, turns to me with a grin. Speaking of children, when are you planning to have kids? I blush at that topic and smile, drinking my red wine before answering. The alpha and I are taking our time honestly. There is no haste, I respond. The women giggle, and all bring out their experience. Alpha Jamal wants so many kids, but I'm scared, Luna Betty confesses. Well, better you than the man? That's a different topic, Michelle adds. What she says sparks an interest in me. What is there for a man to fear? Shouldn't us who carry the pups worry? I ask. The other 2 Lunas turn their attention to Luna Michelle as well, wanting to learn more. Oh dear. Alpha Lycans are possessive as hell, and they don't like to share. Some think that all the love will be taken away from them if their woman, especially who is their mate, has a child. I gasp, and a small smile makes its way onto my lips. Is that what Leandre is worried about? He quickly dismisses a topic that has the word kids in it. I could have never imagined that would be the reason. That smile, Luna Anaiah. I see our king isn't too keen to have children. Michelle chuckles, lifting her wineglass sensually before taking it to her red lips. I nod. I see it's the same for me. We laugh about it. But it's dangerous for a wolf to carry a Lycan pup. Not only that, but a royal one, Luna Jeanette informs me. I swallow. There has been no record in the books that a werewolf has birthed a royal Lycan before. I sigh inwardly, understanding where Leandra's insecurities are coming from. He's just worried about my safety. The brunch with the girls went well, and I'm now heading home. Jake opens the door for me, and to my surprise, I find Mutinta in the passenger seat. The 2 mates can't get enough of each other. Hello, Luna, she chimes, looking back at me. Hi, Mutinta. I see he marked you. She nods, proudly touching her mark. We drive home, and I get out of the car. Hey, Arya. She was lost in her thoughts. Anna, you look cute. Where did you go? A meeting with the Lunas. I invited you, but you didn't show, I scowl. She covers her mouth with her hand, fudging hurt. I shake my head. I don't know why I even try because she hates such things. Okay, fine. I didn't come because I'm not perfect Luna material like you all. She rolls her eyes and motions her hands. I laugh and bid her goodbye. I mentally prepare myself to tell my mate that I'll be going to Ericsson's pack. I already made an appointment and he invited me there. I open the study door and find him working. Hi, my love, he greets me without looking up at me. I frown and go to his side, trying to get his attention, but he's busy working. I abruptly close his laptop and sit in front of him. My legs spread and he smiles. I'm working, baby, he murmurs. I bend down to shower kisses on his neck and he's growling and nodding in approval. He grabs my bottom and I straddle him. Leandre lifts my dress, a smile forms on my lips, and I unbuckle the buttons on his pants. His hard erection is already poking me, and I take it on in me. He smiles and bites my collarbone. I begin to move up and down his cock slowly, looking him in the eyes. His eyes have dilated to pitch black. Oh, my love, you're so good, he murmurs. Our breathing is erratic. Faster. He is about to come, and I oblige, moving faster and wilder. My walls tighten around his dick, and he grips my waist, swaying me hard. I'm screaming his name, and my eyes roll in immense pleasure when my juices spill on him. And soon, he reaches his peak as well. I lay my head against his chest, and he is stroking my hair. We are catching our breaths. That was the quickest we've both come. Baby, remember the women's rights campaign I'm doing? I ask, getting off him and straightening my dress. I want to speak to Alpha Erickson. His expression darkens, but lets me continue. I need his support. He's of influence, and I think others might follow his lead. His expression is stoic, and I bite my bottom lip, waiting for an outburst from him. No, he simply says, "Oh, boy. May I ask why?" "Because the bastard wants you," he says. "Please put your political rivalry aside and think." I fucking said, "No, no, no!" He shouts, startling me. "I am not asking for your permission. I'm just informing you." My voice is calmer. "I know we won't resolve anything if both of us start shouting. I was not going to waver. This is something I was determined to do, and he would not stop me." He saunters to me and grabs my arms, not in a way that hurts. "I don't want you 5 feet near that man," he says, and leaves the room, growling. But I wasn't going to let what I worked hard for go to waste, because they are foes. Arya's POV. Jacob stopped answering my calls, so here I was going to his apartment like an idiot, wanting to see what was wrong. I went to the company first and grilled the secretary to give his location. Getting in the building, I go straight to his apartment. I ring the bell and wait. To my shock, a heavily pregnant lady opens the door. She smiles at me, waiting for me to talk. I'm at a loss for words. I think it's the wrong apartment. My gaze roams over the beautiful lady in a maternity dress. The woman nods, seeming friendly while I back away slowly when I hear his voice. "Rosa, where is it?" There was no mistaking that deep voice. It is Jacob's. My heart crashes into a million pieces. Is this his other woman? Were they fucking before or after? Rosa, as he called her, waves at me and closes the door, but I hold it open, moving past her into an apartment. "Hey, lady, what do you think you're doing?" Ignoring the woman, my heart was thumping in my chest. Coming out of the kitchen into the salon, my heart pounded. He looked very handsome. Jacob is shocked to see me. "Is this why you haven't been responding to me?" I was shocked that my voice was calm. "Arya, what are you doing here?" He asks, "Is she carrying your child? When did this happen? Are you married?" I fire him with questions. The woman behind me laughs softly, and I turn to her with my angry gaze. Hi, Arya. I'm Rosario, and to answer your questions, yes, he is the father of my child, but we are not in love or married. One night stand, Jacob finally manages to answer. When we were together? Did you break our promise of not seeing other people? Jacob shakes his head. That was before you and I got together, but my eyes are back on the woman. She is now watching from a distance. Jacob holds my hand. Arya, we've had a moment. It wasn't sex, but I turned to leave to want to hear any further how they made out or pleasured each other. But just as I turn to leave, he grabs my wrist, and I turn around. I slap him in the face. Tears dance in my eyes, but I'm too proud to let the tears roll down my cheeks. Should I commend you for not putting your dick in her pussy? Should I thank you? I yell, angry. It was just a moment of weakness, and I was drunk, he whispers. I swallow thickly, not knowing what to say. My heart is beating erratically, and I'm trying to calm my breath. Let go of me, I growl. He reluctantly releases my hand, and I turn on my heels when he calls. You betrayed me too, so don't go judging me, he hisses. I narrow my gaze back on him, and confusion arch my face. What do you mean by that? He snorts and runs a hand through his hair. I saw that man kiss you in the club. I squint my eyes in confusion until it dawns on me. He saw it when Stefan kissed me. Why didn't he say anything? Is this why he avoided me, because he thought I cheated? You're not going to deny that you've been sleeping with that man? He growls. I close my eyes momentarily, containing my temper. You assumed I was cheating on you and you allowed her to suck your dick? I ask, bewildered. And that man is my ex. He rejected me years ago, and if you stayed long enough, you would have seen me slap him. He stays silent. His intense eyes are on me, looking through me. He is silent, and I turn on my feet and leave the room. Arya, Anaiah's POV. My heart was palpitating as I entered the Northern Territory. I came here against my mate's wishes, and I will be facing his wrath later on. But I don't care right now. Are you sure about this, Luna? Asks Jake. He's uncomfortable coming here. Yes, I reply, looking at the scenery. The Northern Pack is just as impressive as other packs I've seen. They are clean and nice with modern buildings. Jake turns to a secluded area where he drives for another 5 minutes and stops in front of a mansion. Erickson and the man I saw recently are waiting for me. Jake opens the door for me, and I gently walk towards them, greeting them both, but Erickson leans in to kiss my cheek. Welcome to the Northern Pack, Luna Queen Anaiah. It's a great privilege to have you, he says, standing close. I nod, and his brother, Alpha Jacob, welcomes me in the same manner. The gentlemen guide me back into the spacious house, up to the huge den where most of his meetings happen. Jake is standing just outside the door. Erickson is sitting in front of a huge mahogany table. His brother, the alpha of his new pack, is standing next to him, and I take a seat in front of them. So, Mrs. Altamirano, you requested a meeting with the alpha, starts Jacob seriously, and his brother scowls. I clear my throat. Firstly, I want to say thank you for having me, and congratulations to you, Alpha Jacob, for your new pack. He nods with a small smile. My gaze is riveted on Erickson, who watches me intently, but my expression is stoic. I say, I'm here on official pack business. He fixes his suit, seeming impressed, and motions me to go on. It's about women's rights. There are laws that we wish to introduce, I tell him. He tilts his head as I continue to talk more about my movement. So you want my support at the next council meeting? He asks. I nod. I love your motion, but I'm not part of the council yet. Luna Altamirano, says Jacob. I smile and nod. His phone rings and he excuses himself, not forgetting to tell me how well I'm doing, and how much women from all over the packs will be helped if it goes through. Alpha Erickson, this is important, and your vote will be appreciated. I start, now, feeling a little nervous as we are alone. I peek at the door, hoping his brother will come back, but it's been a while now. You're nervous, he says, amused. I don't bite without permission, he adds. I would roll my eyes if I could. I glare at him, but he only smiles. Erickson stands up. Now that you're here, I'd like to discuss our future. I squinted my eyes. What do you mean, you know I want you, Anaiah? He says without flinching. A smile comfortably sits on my lips. Firstly, it's Luna and I don't see a future with us. I have a mate who I adore. His face twists into a frown. I get on my feet and turn to leave, but he pulls me and kisses me. My eyes bulge, and I don't think twice to push and slap him across the face. The slap was so hard it left a red mark on his cheek. The door burst open and Jake is by my side, pulling me behind him and growling fiercely at the alpha. He is ready to attack him, but I don't need saving. I can tell Erickson's ass off myself. Next time you kiss me like that, I'll kill you, I warn. He looks taken back, but I can see the pleasure in his eyes. You've changed for the better, I know, I answer, patient. You're not as frail or timid as you were months ago. You're stronger and bolder. Be warned. I'll never be yours and have respect because I'm your fucking queen. I can easily have you killed for treason, and no one will question me. I turned on my heel and left the house, angry that the man can't be reasoned with and is still determined to have me. I thought after all these months, he would have stopped. On my way out, I bump into a white-haired woman. Sorry, she says, a small, creepy smile growing on her wrinkled lips. She has a weird aura around her. I nod and walked away. I could still feel her watching me and muttering something incoherent. You directly went against me, a cold voice says. It is my mate. I close my eyes and sag into the car seat. How are you feeling, Luna? Asks Jake. As he drives, I notice that a few northern warriors are running beside us. He's a prick. I know. Getting out of their turf, I was shocked to see how many of our warriors were waiting. I rolled down the window as the car stopped. They were just worried. The northern pack and ours don't get along so well, Jake tells me. I smile at that, and I'm a little overwhelmed that they are willing to fight for me. He notices and adds, You're our queen, our Luna, and we will always protect you. The warriors dispersed, and others were running beside the car as they went to the castle. I can sense his anger before I enter the bedroom. Damn, Daddy is angry. I push open the door and find him sitting on the couch, a strong drink in his hand. He stands up and I squirm in my tracks. Leandre's wearing faded jeans that are hanging low, and my eyes sway to his 8-pack, then his broad shoulders. Damn, I got myself the nicest looking man in the world, however his eyes are cold, and his face is stern. Welcome back, Anaiah. Anaiah's POV. Welcome back, Anaiah. To my surprise, he majestically strides toward, and I'm in awe of him even though he is fuming mad. His aura is powerful, making my breath hitch, and I instinctively take a step back from him. Reaching me, he puts his hands on my neck and kisses my forehead in a gentle, lingering kiss that makes my insides melt with love. Leandre carries me bridal style and my arms wrap around his neck, my gaze fixed on his face. He puts me on the edge of the bed, gets on one knee, and carefully removes my heels that were killing me at this point. After taking them off, he massages my feet in the most gentle way possible, as if I'd break. His hands are gifted, and I feel all the tension in my body is gone. I smile and reach to caress his hair, but he moves his head and stands up, helping me up, and gets behind me, tying my hair and kissing my shoulder, I moan. He removes my dress and falls to the ground. The sensation of his caresses is driving me crazy. Damn, he feels so good. My heart is pounding in my chest and I'm a moaning mess. Fuck. He unclasps my bra, leaving me bare, and he ravishes my breasts as he loves, making my buds harden, and he sensually removes my lingerie, kissing my inner thigh. Leon, I moan, jerking, but he holds me closer to him. Leandra suddenly carries me to the ensuite bath. It's gorgeous with water lilies and red roses petals. It smells nice with the scented candles. He puts me in the bath and washes every part of my body gently. When I try to say something, he stops me so we are silent. The water is soothing against my body and I play with the bubbles. Want to join? I ask. No, planting a wet kiss on my neck. He carries me out of the bath to the bathroom. In a flash, he pushes me against the bed and we are so close. I lift my hand to caress his face, but he stops me. Don't touch me, he orders, and I bite my lips, obliging. We share a deep kiss until he leaves my mouth to kiss my stomach. His actions are making me feel hot, and I want to touch him so badly. I grip the sheets tighter and curl my toes. Oh, baby, I want you, I moan. I want him to fuck me so badly until I see stars, scream his name, and lament in desire. I'm rocking my hips, and when I feel his tongue on my pussy, I cry in pleasure. He thrusts his tongue into me fiercely and wildly. I was crazy for him, and oh Lord, I desired him. I needed his hard, long length in me. I tremble under him, and I felt the abyss. I was about to come, and then he just stops. Wait, what? I stutter, unable to form words. Leon appears over me and captures my lips in a scalding kiss, and when he pulls away, I'm breathing heavily. He puts 3 fingers in my core, and I smile, moaning. He thrusts in me religiously, and just like before, he stops as I'm about to come. No, Leon. Please, I beg. But he ignores my plea and kisses my neck. He stops completely moving, and when I try to touch him, he pins my hand above my head, staring into my lascivious gaze. You can't deny me my right, Leon, and you can't disobey me like that, mate. He grits his teeth. I was angry and push him off me. He lies next to me. Both of us were silent. How dare he deny me? My pussy still throbbing from the earlier gimmicks he did. I turn around and glare at his back. This is the first time he was giving me his back while sleeping. I console myself and try to touch him, but stop. An hour has gone by, but I can tell he's still awake. I miss his touch so much. Shala whimpers in my head. She warned me against going to the North Pack, but I was determined. Tears well in my eyes. How long will he treat me like that? But then, I remember that we made a promise not to go to bed angry with each other. I'm sorry if going to the pack upset you this much. I should have considered your feelings as well. I am met with silence, but I continue. Erickson still wants me. But I told him I'll never be his because I chose you in every lifetime and love only you. Baby boy, his body vibrates a little, and I only hope it's in laughter. You could have gotten hurt, or worse, his voice is debilitated. I had to try. Getting his vote is important, and I won't let those women down. I understand and admire you for that. But you can't disobey me like that. I know that bastard. He'll do anything to hurt my family. I know. And Leandre, I'm sorry. He only nods, but doesn't turn to look at me. I touch his back, but he remains rigid. I caress his back, and only does he relax. Aren't you turning to cuddle? I pout. After a long time, he responds. Not tonight. I furiously bite his back, and he hisses. I quickly get over him. What do you think you're doing? Leon's anger has dissipated a little now. I bend down to kiss his lips, but he avoids me. No, no, he protests, asking me to get off me, but I'm persistent. I remember how ticklish he is, so I tickle his side. He tries not to laugh, but it's useless. I won't stop tickling you until you make love to me. No. I don't want to. I tack his hand on both sides and go close to his lips, looking into his gaze and slamming my lips against his. Our tongues move in sync, slow but firm in perfect harmony. Then fuck me, Daddy. Anaiah's POV. The day of the Alpha Council approached fast, and I was silently praying that the majority support my motion, even though I know that not all will accept because it will threaten them. Angela brings out a long, deep red strapless dress and heels. My makeup is done to perfection, and my long, dark hair is styled perfectly. I twirl and smile. I fucking look hot. Ah, you are beautiful, Luna. A servant compliments. I blush and smile. The two ladies escort me downstairs where I find my mate. His eyes meet mine and he swallows, taking me in. Once I'm close to him, I kiss him and he kisses me back savagely. Dan clears his throat and we pull away. Arya is grinning at us. She's looking sexy in her blue dress. My mate's hand reaches for mine and we walk together to the cars lined up. We get in and go to the venue. I'm a bit nervous when we reach the huge hotel. We go in where Lycan alphas are talking in the lobby. They are wearing their best outfits and jewelry. As soon as they notice us, the chatter dies down and they bow to us. I see Clara and Mike, Leandra's parents. Clara gives me a bone-crushing hug that makes Leon growl lowly. She detaches herself and gives me a sheepishly sorry. Mike hugs me too. The few times we have spent with them, they have been nothing but gracious to me. They treat me like their own daughter. Exchanging a few words, we leave to socialize with others. A few Lunas compliment my outfits, and some unmated males watch me with hunger in their gaze. My mate glares at the males who are over-friendly to me. I spot Jeanette and Betty. They smile and wave me over while Arya goes to talk to Jacob. They are conversing fondly, and I squint my eyes. Aren't their families enemies? And then I remember what she told me last time, about having feelings for someone she shouldn't. Could the two be in a secret relationship? They are not touching, but their lustful gaze speaks louder. Wow, your sister-in-law is fucking the enemy, comes Enrique's amused voice. He is smiling softly at me. He kisses my cheek and my forehead, making me smile. Not far from him is Mary. She smiles and bows to me in respect. Good evening, Luna Queen. Mary excuses herself, and I'm left with my brother, staring at Arya and Jacob. I glance at him, and it's obvious he's using his special abilities. That's rude. They are mates. He laughs like he said a joke. While I gape, he gets a glass of champagne and gulps it. Wow, my eyes instinctively went to my mate. He was approaching the duo now. Oh, Leon doesn't look happy at all. I intervene quickly and hold his arm. Baby, I think we should start the meeting, I say. He's about to say something but stops when Alpha Erickson comes in. My mate is fuming with anger, but I rub his back, calming him, and it seems to work. He seizes me tightly and kisses my temple. Without a nod or greeting, Erickson passes by us and to a few alphas, talking. Let's start. All the alphas go to a conference room where there are about 100 seats to accommodate them. However, all the Lunas go to the restaurant to socialize and enjoy themselves. See? That's why we need this new law. However, I'm in here because I am presenting the motion. The Lycan King is the head of the Alpha Council, and I am sitting next to him. I am nervous. My mate discusses a few issues with the rest, and they agree to disagree. The council votes on most matters. The next motion to be talked about was mine, and Leandra smiled. The next matter we are discussing is women's rights and will be presented by your lovely queen and my mate, Anaiah Altamirano. He extends his hand to me, and I take it. I inhale and stand up. That's when I felt it. So many eyes on me, but I didn't shudder. My mate's secretary was already giving out folders where the presentation was, so we don't take up too much time. As they read, I saw their reactions. Others nodded while others frowned or shook their heads. The room is buzzing lowly as others dismiss it even without hearing me out, so I had to speak. Good evening, noble alphas. Thank you for hearing me out. As I begin my speech and show them on the screen the evidence I got that women are being mistreated when they are sold off for alliances or business deals. Some alphas are mortified. I'm sure they are thinking about their sisters, daughters, and family who could have been in those ladies' situations. Half an hour later, I was gone, and the voting started. First, it was my mate who voted in favor of the motion, and then Clara was more than happy to be followed by Mike and my brother. I smiled. 2 voted against it, and another and another. At this point, my heart is beating out of my chest. I'm in favor of the new women's rights. Jeanette's alpha mate spoke with a smile plastered on his face. Alpha Jamal also voted in favor. I should thank the ladies with dinner or something soon. A few others voted until we tied, and all eyes glanced at Erickson. We were 40/40, and he's the only one who didn't vote. Time ticked by slowly, and my heart shrunk with every passing second. Will he use this chance to hurt me for rejecting him? His eyes were cold, and his face was stern. He didn't show any emotion whatsoever. Alpha Erickson could say yes and save so many lives, or no, and ruin them. The ball was in his hand, and he knew it. Oh, goddess. Anaiah's POV. Well, Alpha Erickson, what is it going to be? Asked Claire. It was obvious that she despised him as she spoke with venom. Erickson's gaze wandered to her, and then to Mike. His eyes flashed with rage, and his fist clenched. I sighed, knowing that it was a losing war. I failed those women I promised to help. Failed the mothers, sisters, aunties, and daughters like me. I didn't look. We are waiting. Well, I do believe in empowering women. That is why I vote in favor of the Queen's motion. I looked up, my lips stretching into a smile, and my mate announced, Done. Women will be given their birthright and have a sit on the council. Claps resounded while others grimaced. I was relieved. I felt tears in my eyes. I was so happy, and we stayed to celebrate. I kiss my mate, and he praises me for a job well done. I was interacting with the ladies who were euphoric about the positive news, and soon I left the room for some fresh air, where I found Betty and Jamal getting a little naughty. Seeing me, they bowed and left. Don't I get a thank you of a sort? A voice says. I'm reluctant to turn around. Thank you for doing the right thing, Alpha Erickson. I move past him, and he bows. Watching me leave, he says, You're welcome. It was an evening of surprise. I stopped in my tracks when I saw the mate who rejected me, standing a few feet from me. Amos was smiling like a creep. Erickson, too, didn't leave. Alpha Amos, what are you doing here? I ask, sternly. I am here for a meeting, and I thought I should congratulate you on the new law, Queen Anaiah, he replies. I nod, and we stared at each other for a long time. Alpha Amos had changed not only in appearance but his aura. There was something dark about it, and I didn't like it one bit. My brother and mate strode outside worriedly. A few alphas also came. What's wrong? Packs are being attacked by werebears and rogues. There was an attack at our borders and the eastern packs, my brother informs me, taking off his jacket and shifting into his huge white wolf. It left the others gasping in awe at the magnificent wolf that took off in the direction of his pack. An attack by werebears and rogues? I murmur. Warbears are part of the shifter community, however. They isolate themselves in the deepest part of the world, and we don't even keep in contact. Their leader wants nothing to do with other shifters and lives in harmony. So what changed? Everyone call onto your warriors to protect your borders, and no matter what, the attackers mustn't reach the packs, orders Leandra. The alphas did that and hastily left, others changing their forms. Go back to the castle. I'll find you. I am shocked when those words leave my mate's lips. He knows me well enough by now. I won't stay while he fights. I grab his arm, stopping him from leaving. I'm going with you, Leon. Don't fight me on this one. Anna, I've already mind-linked Jake to take you home. My bodyguard appears and bows to the king. Take her home and make sure she doesn't leave, he orders, placing a kiss on my lips before he shifts into his dark, mighty Lycan that towers over everyone here. With one last growl, he takes off in the eastern direction. Everyone has dispersed, and I'm left with Erickson and Amos. The two men were talking, and I frown in confusion. Do you know each other? As long as I can remember, Alpha Amos had nothing to do with the North Pack, so why were they talking seriously now? Just business? Aren't the packs been attacked? You should be helping. I raise a questioning eyebrow. That's Lycan's business, shrugs Amos. A selfish weasel, as always. Tries to stay away from the fighting. I roll my eyes and turn to Alpha Erickson. My pack and my allies are safe, so I don't have to do anything, he says. We should go, Luna, says Jake. I nod and start walking, but stop. Oh, can you get my bag real quick? He nods and opens the car door for me. As soon as he goes out of my sight, I leave the car. I'm a queen, for fuck's sake, and I need to help out however way I can, even if it means disobeying my mate. As I turn to leave, Erickson grabs my arm and I growl at him. Let me go. Your mate said to go home. Since when do you give a shit about what Leon says? He looks taken back and releases his grip on me. I'll come with you. I just nod and we shift into our form and head to my brother's pack. We were at the border in 10 minutes. The warriors were fighting several rogues. I immediately jump into action and tackle the nearest rogue next to me. Enrique's warriors are strong and destroy every rogue. Erickson is killing them off, and also keeping an eye on me. Don't let them get close to the border, Enrique announced via mind link. My fangs dig into a rogue that was attacking a young warrior close by. Soon, the numbers depleted, but more came in, this time with a few werebears. I hiss when a werebear attacks me and two rogues bite my legs furiously. I fight back, but they are not releasing me. I howl when the huge werebear claws my side, before I can turn to fight back. A huge Lycan flies over me, tearing the bear away from me and killing it. Jack's Lycan, who I didn't see, attacks the two rogues, killing them effortlessly. I always knew that the Royal Pack warriors were good, but I'm seeing it firsthand. Jake's Lycan comes to me, assessing me with his snout for any injuries. The king is really mad that you escaped me. I can't sit in the castle, drinking tea while our people are fighting, I retort, attacking a rogue that has the guts to charge at me. The arrival of the two warriors gives us attention from the werebears who are attacking our little group relentlessly. A few minutes later, the rogues are all dead and a few werebears are retreating. However, my brother isn't letting them leave alive. I want them all dead, Enrique growls. Sighing in relief, I shift back into my human form. A female warrior throws me a huge shirt that reaches mid-thigh. I help paramedics attend to the injured. An hour later, we burn the dead bodies of rogues and werebears. I try to mind-link my mate, but he doesn't answer. Hey, are you alright? Asks Erickson, looking at my leg. The Lycans by my side growl, but I gesture to them to stop. I nod and thank him for fighting with us, even though he had no reason to. Enrique, too, comes, hugging me tightly. He is concerned. Does anyone have any news from the east? The attack was massive there, and lives were lost, he informs me. My heart clenches, and soon, the chattering dies down as my man and his high-ranking warriors come. Leandre approaches us. Behind him are a few Lycan alphas, and the warriors part way so that they can pass. The aura my mate is exuding is dominating and suppressing other alphas, and his smoldering gaze is on me, and my mine is on his, down to his bare torso that is covered with blood. His hair, jet black hair, is messy, making him even sexier. He hugs me and kisses my forehead. "You disobeyed me again," he whispers. "I couldn't stay and do nothing while you guys fight." He sighs in defeat and turns to face my brother. "Damage? It was not as bad, and we are treating our injured," he answers. I watch the alphas and betas discuss. Already warriors are starting to disperse. Why this attack now? They want to weaken us for a bigger attack, Dan says. And they agree. Not all packs were attacked, though. As the discussion continues, we can only hope that they aren't a bigger attack coming soon, that we are not prepared for. Fighting packs is a losing war, but why? I ask, and they all turn to me. Remember, our packs are facing conflicts because of turf, businesses, and others. We are not united so they can actually take us out if we are not careful, says Alpha Jamal. We need the packs to come together if we are to rid ourselves of this new threat without many casualties. But for now, we should rest and find a way to talk to the Werebear Alpha King. I sigh. Leon nods and grabs my hand. We shall set up a meeting to discuss the attack. With that, we leave the place, and as I get in a car, I yelp when Leon spanks me. "Hey, that's for your rebelliousness." I smile and stand on my toes so that our faces are at least close. I like being a rebel, and I love the punishments that come with it, I whisper. His eyes darken with passion, and he bends his neck to kiss me. But I move my head. Sly, I get into the SUV. Jack drives us to the castle since Jake remained to be with his mate. I feel fatigued overtake my body and I almost fall, but Leon grabs me and carries me, while going upstairs. "I want you, Anaiah Altamirano." It's the strange voice I've been hearing. I tremble, suddenly feeling a cold shiver down my spine. "Leandra, I need to tell you something." Anaiah's POV. "What the fuck, Anna?" Leandre roars after I finish telling him about the voices I've been hearing lately. "Brother, relax." "Anna, how long has this been happening?" asks Arya. She grabs a strong drink and gives it to her brother. I explain everything that has been happening, and my mate's eyes darken with anger. I get up from the couch and rub his back, calming him, and as usual, works like magic. I kiss his neck and sigh. "This person has got the power to reach your mind and talk to you," murmurs Beta Dawn. "Do you think it's the reason we were attacked? They wanted to measure our strength and take the queen?" My mate lets out a deafening growl, and I frown. After discussing half of the night, we are ready to go to bed. Leandra carried me bridal style, and once in bed, he scoots me closer to him and strokes my hair. I stare up at him, and he smiles. Comfortable silence engulfs us, and my eyes droop. Leandra's POV. A month has passed by since Anaiah told us about the voice she hears, and we have been investigating constantly. Plus, there have been sightings of rogue slayers in the borders. They are not as smart, and we've caught some. I'm exhausted. My mate walks into my study room, smiling at me. I motion her onto my lap, and she throws herself there as we talk about her day. Anaiah is the people's favorite queen. She is not only uniquely beautiful, but elegant and graceful. My mind gets fogged when I remember someone wants her. But for what? Shifters are natural predators, And if this person can reach her thoughts, I think magic is involved in this. What troubles you, my love? She can indeed sense my turmoil. Do you still hear him? Not every day. Do we have anything on the werebears? She asks, always so concerned about the packs and full of aspiration. I kiss her cheek. No, they are not replying to our emails and we don't know their exact location. She only sighs and leans into me. We are silent and I notice she has fallen asleep. I lift her to our suite and lay her on the bed. My mind reels to what the man again. Could it be that it's Erickson? He has been wanting her. Everything is so strange and the timing of the attack was incidental. But I know one thing. I need to protect her from the known and unknown. I get out of bed and go outside, shifting into my Lycan form. I needed to think. I have to think about how best to protect her. Jack and Jake did mention that the werebears and rogues were targeting Anaiah. However, their aim wasn't to kill her. A fucker wants my mate, but the question is why? For her abilities? We concealed her abilities from the world so as not to make her prey for those power-hungry fuckers. So many questions ran through my head. After running, I went back to my suite. Where did you go? She asks. I smile and stroke her hair. Just for a run, go back to bed. I kiss her head. However, she shakes her head and goes to the closet. I follow her. She picks out a bra and her legging and wears sneakers. I have to train with my brother again. I grab her hand and sit with her on the edge of the bed. It's still dark outside, baby. I know. This time no one is training. Remember we said to keep my abilities a secret, she says, opening her hands, and her phone floats in the air to her. Someone's practicing hard. If only I can teleport and land in the right place for once other than the coast, then I'd call it progress. Anna has difficulty teleporting, and even though her telekinesis is okay, it still takes away her strength. Do you know that I've been teleporting in the same place for 3 days now? On the seacoast, she laughs. I watch her rotate her hands and try to open a portal, but it closes. She tries again, and a huge round ring of blue light appears in front of her, and she smiles proudly before jumping in. See you later, baby, she hollers as the light disappears. I get ready for work, brother. You won't believe what I found out about that swine, Amos. We'll meet at the office, Amos. Interesting. Anaiah's POV. You made it, comes my brother's voice. I smile, realizing that I made it to the arena in the city. I get in a meditating position and close my eyes. Keep a calm mind and erase all the negativity from there. I expel and inhale, clearing all toxicity in my body. Good, Anaiah. His voice is soothing. After meditating, we start our training in combat, and then in my form. Enrique's wolf, Bleak, is an outstanding fighter, but so is Shallow. However, I couldn't focus because I heard that voice again, saying it was coming for me. It wants me. It's faint, but the words are clear. Just shut out the voice and focus on fighting, instructed Shallow, and finally, I closed off this strange mind link. Because I was distracted, Bleak manages to pin Shallow. Shifting back to our human forms, we shake hands and refresh. How is it that you are so exemplary in fighting? I'm a protege, I guess, I boast. In the time when the moon goddess blessed our bloodline, the majority were males, and when women were gifted, they were immensely proficient and proteges of their craft. Indeed, you are. We begin walking out of there when he clutches his chest in pain, because of his unique gift. Enrique can feel everything happening to his mate. They beat her often and assault her. Seeing him in pain and unable to do anything makes my blood boil. We'll find whoever is doing this to her and make them pay, I promise. He nods when I remember something. Have you tried searching her mind to locate her, as you did to Arya and Jacob? I tried. It was dark, and sometimes I see water for miles. Or maybe she's too far and I'm not too strong to make a solid connection, he says. I chew on my bottom lip in thought. Maybe we should research more about our gifts in the library. We can find a way to connect with her, I suggest. I'm sure with enough information, he can find a way to talk to her. He pushes his hair out of his face and nods. Good morning, Luna. A chorus greeting from the warriors who are going into the training arena bows to me. I smile and answer them. They adore you, my brother muses. You've gained their respect. I'm proud of you, Anaiah, brother. Have you considered allying with Leandra? I think it will be good, especially in times like these. It would come in handy if you have a great pack ally. The past few days have been full of rumors that the Moonrise Lycan pack and the North Moon pack have allied, and whispers that their borders were the only few that weren't attacked because they are working with the enemies. The council called the two alphas to question them, but they repudiated it, and there was no evidence. I've never liked your mate. I know, brother. But this is not time to hold unto your immature college grievances. I nudge him. Isn't King Leandre already making allies with his mother's former pack? He questions. Indeed, that is true, but they are not a big pack. In this city, there are only 4 large, wealthy Lycan packs: the Sapphire Royal Pack, the Northern Pack, the Moonrise Lycan Pack, and the Sunset Pack. So all eyes are on them. Would you rather make allies with the North and Moonrise? You know my fealty is with whichever pack you belong to, and that's why I've been thinking more about allying with the Royal Pack, he informs me, and I squeal, jumping into his arms. I'm so happy, very happy. Luna, someone calls me. I turn around to face 2 huge warriors. They bow to me before speaking. We are here to escort you back to the castle. The king wants to talk to you. Enrique and I exchange a glance, wondering what could be wrong. It has something to do with your old pack, the Dawnrise pack. Unknown's POV. My plan was going to be successful this time. I took over the Werebear pack after I killed the Alpha and his male heir, driving his people under me and then ordering them to attack the Lycan packs through their feisty princess, Scarlet, after threatening her to kill every female and kid in the pack. I picked out a few packs that wouldn't be attacked so that they should be suspects, and while they fight among each other, I will devise my plan in action, and when I attack massively, they won't join forces against my great army of rogues and Werebear warriors. Gulping my wine, I study my burnt hands as the flashes of what happened years ago infest my mind. I was 21 years old when my father, who was the Witch Coven leader at the time, commanded a large attack on the Altamirano bloodline to get their power for ourselves. The war took months because they were powerful, but we had more magic. One day, we made in their castle and I went directly to the young Princess Anaiah's room. I killed all the guards in the room, but as I reached out to grab her, I was severely burned, and I lost my magic in the process. Up to now, we still don't know why or how. The door to my office opens, and my right hand, Agatha, the first as we call her, walks in. The witch is in a good mood, and it scares me. Good news for me? I ask. I was able to open the link again. The girl is fighting me, but she's no match for my evil magic, she boasts. Agatha assures me that with the blood of an Altamirano, she can create a powerful potion that can not only heal me, but restore my lost magic. I can't wait to have the princess in my arms and ask how she was able to take my magic from me. You will soon. But right now, she's the most protected wolf among packs. We must time it first, she advises, and I nod. My eyes roam to the big modern screen in front of me. There are names of all the individuals that hate the Lycan King. First, it is Alpha Martin. Leandre rejected his daughter and hence wants retribution. But I can't make allies with him because he's not dumb enough to go against his king. The other one is Alpha Erickson of the Northern Pack. They have been warring for years. However, he wouldn't join me because he hates wizards more than the La Vista family since he lost his mate by our hands. So, leaving me with this idiot, ambitious wolf, Amos Rivers, he hates the king because he took his mate. Amos Rivers is the alpha of a small pack, and he's been making alliances with the stronger pack in hopes they help him stand against the Lycan King. But they are not stupid to go against the mighty Lycan King. I called Amos and enticed him with what he wanted, which was power. He was dubious at first, but he came around to the idea, so I started sending him slayers we detected in the deep forest. He turned them with his alpha blood since the ones I used with the werebear alpha ended up dead, and I needed to know why, so I used the werebear princess. "How's the werebear princess in the lab?" I ask. "She's fighting so we keep her sedated 70% of the time, and we have enough blood to test why we can't turn slayers with alpha bear blood. Let's visit her." We go to the laboratory where I can hear Dear Scarlet's screams. The werebear princess is fighting them, even in the terrible state she is in. "What are they doing?" "Getting her venom," she replies, and I nod. I watch as she struggles and her long claws extend and slash one of the doctor's necks. That's nasty. After seeing enough, I go back to work, planning and devising. The werewolf princess has been fighting Agatha's magic. She's stronger than I thought. I call my general to discuss when we might attack and how we have to do it. I suggest getting Princess Anaiah first and draining her power so that we can attack the packs. However, my generals suggest otherwise. But we have so many bears and rogues on our side. We are winning. The meeting has gone by an hour now, and we reach an agreement, as discussed. We will make more shifter slayers before an attack. I was feeling exhausted, and when I reached my chambers, I'm only too happy to see the werebear princess. She was frightened of me. The woman is a beauty, and I love watching her and caressing her. I approach her, but she takes a step back. "Get the fuck away from me," she growls, trying to change into her form, but she can't because Agatha gives her a portion to keep her inner beast at bay. "Princess Scarlet, it will be easier if you obeyed me and do as I want. You wouldn't want to suffer more than you do now. What haven't you done already?" "Amicus," she screams, throwing a pillow at me. "You killed my family, and now you take away my pack? Do you think I care anymore?" she hollers, hot tearing running down her face. Princess Scarlet is not as powerful as the first day I saw her. She was defiant in nature, bold and confident. I wanted to fuck her, to make her my queen badly. That is one of the reasons I spared her life. Oh, I have broken her indeed, and I smirk. I grab her neck in a chokehold, and she gasps. I throw her on the bed and get over her. If she does want me willingly, I'll take her by force. She stops fighting, sighing in relief. "I will relish watching my mate tear you apart," she spats, and I retreat, registering her words. I was told she has no mate. Then what does she mean? "What do you mean?" She only chortles and wipes her face with the back of her hand. "Guards!" My guards rush into the chamber, and I order, "Take her into the dungeons and strike her until she tells you who her mate is." I cuss as they drag her away. I need to eliminate any threat that may arise. Amos's POV. I was getting what I've always wanted, the adoration and a voice among the wolf alphas. I wasn't just a young alpha with a small pack that didn't have strong warriors. Things were looking up for me, and now I had potential to be Alpha King thanks to a stranger's great idea of submitting packs. My businesses were flourishing and growing rapidly because of investments made years ago. I stand up and go to the window, smiling as I watch how happy my people are. We built houses for those who wanted to leave the pack house and more employment for the youth. The only thing missing from my life was Anaiah Ross. I needed to see her somehow. Maybe if she saw all I did, she will accept me back, and abandon her title as queen. I called Mr. Ross to my office, and after a few minutes, he walked in and bowed to me, looking at him. I wonder why he didn't protect his only child from the repulsiveness she faced in the pack. I shake my head. All that is water under the bridge. Alpha, you requested my presence. Is everything all right? I motion him to sit, and he does. He is nervous. We have never interacted before, and I smile to ease him. Thank you for coming, sir. We need another trainer, and from the records, it says you are one of the best. He nods, seeming pleased. I didn't summon him to my office for this, but I don't want him suspecting a thing about my real intentions. Sir, but I was demoted to be an Omega after the unfortunate incident with your uncle and my daughter. Well, I'm promoting you. I want you to train Division C, and you will be receiving an acceptable bonus too, I tell him. Thank you, Alpha. I won't let you down. After discussing more details, he bids me goodbye, but I stop him by asking, Have you talked to your daughter? He squints his eyes, wondering why I'm asking about her now. No, Alpha. The truth is that we've been wanting to reach out, but we are ashamed. We didn't treat her right, he confesses. Indeed, Anaiah suffered at the hands of pack members, and her parents were not the exception. I think you should email her. Invite her to the pack so that you should ask for forgiveness. Start over on a clean slate. A new beginning, I advise. I have my reasons for wanting her here, and they have nothing to do with making things right with her parents. I can't get to her at the royal pack with all her guards. Are you sure that's all right, Alpha? I know she was your mate and you rejected her. I took it back, I growled, hitting my desk with my palm. I close my eyes, inhaling. I'm sorry about that. I apologize. For what, Alpha? Rejecting her or not taming your temper? Both. I smile tightly at him. He nods and we discuss further. I receive an important phone call and I dismiss the man. Hello, I answer. Sir, the second bunch was successful, Dr. Fenn informs me. The operation of turning slayers into shifters is going well with the help of my mystery sponsor. However, I had to include Eunice in my plan because she followed me and got the truth out of me. Amos's POV. I cut ties with Alpha Erickson since I learned that he fell in love with Anaiah. I saw the hunger in his gaze for her and I wanted to murder him. Anaiah was mine. The weeks moved by and I was content. I closed my eyes when I felt Eunice's hands on my shoulder, and my wolf was repulsed. However, she knows too much to toss her aside. Baby, I want you in me. She comes in front of me, stripping naked. I smile and pull her onto my lap. She takes my length in her and begins to ride me. As we fucked, my mind strayed to Anaiah, and I grip her waist, guiding her vigorously. Yes, baby. Alpha, put a baby in me. Her words were a turn-off for me. Eunice wants a baby of my blood to fully tie me to her, but I am reticent to do that, so I usually withdraw or use condoms, telling her I'm not ready to be a father, but in truth, I am just not with her. With a few more thrusts, she comes undone and I follow. That was great, she grins, picking her discarded clothes from the floor. After wearing her clothes, she sits in front of my desk, smiling. 5 slayers have shifted successfully. She beams and I nod. The Alpha of the River North has willingly refused to submit to me hence. We will send the new shifter slayers to attack along with my warriors, and then I will slip in a kill the Alpha. After telling her my plan to submit the River North pack, she agrees with me, however scowls. Don't we have enough warriors already? Why do we need the hunters? Honestly, they scare me, she confesses. Indeed, ever since we merged our packs, I've had twice the number we had. But what Eunice doesn't know is that I shall need more if I'm to take down the Sapphire Royal Pack. They won't easily hand me Anaiah without a fight. This is turning into a sick obsession. Narcissi murmurs. Lately, he has been rejecting me and refusing to shift. You were in support a few months ago. I retort. I was until you started turning those slayers into shifters and accepting help from an outsider. Amos, have you asked yourself what he's getting from all this? He questions, but I stay silent. I didn't ask myself how he got my contact. I was in training one day when I received a phone call. The man didn't introduce himself, only said that he knows my intention to be the most powerful wolf and that he can help me attain that if whenever he calls, I'll be there with my warriors to answer. The man left me no room refusal. It was an order. And he made it clear that I will do it whether I want to or not. Anaiah's POV. What is happening to my former pack? I rush to question as I enter the main room. Leandra sighs and motions for Arya to tell me. Well, that pup Alpha is using his blood to turn slayers into shifters. My eyes almost bulge out at what she said. Alpha Amos? Why would he do that? But why? I ask, perplexed. He has the pack that he always wanted, merging his and Eunice's pack. It is now quite famous among the werewolves, and he has the respect he has always wanted. The sicko wants more territories, maybe to be the next Wolf King. After discussing for a few more minutes, I turn to my mate. What are you going to do about Alpha Amos? I ask quietly. He is a threat and must be dealt with before he continues with his madness and harms not only his pack, but everyone around in hopes to acquire more power. Leandra stares blankly at the floor while caressing my wrist with his fingers. I can't decipher his feelings. Do you think he sent those men to attack us? He takes his eyes from the floor to me, nodding. Let's go find out. What he did is treason, he says, standing up with me in his arms. We go to the airport and get into the private jet. Everyone is busy working, and I decide to get out my new laptop as well to read through the files I received from Darius. I mentioned opening a foundation for the abused. There are women who we saved from brothels and others in similar situations who needed housing or placements in foster care. Soon, we arrived at our destination. It was just as I remembered. It is not as modern or vast as the Lycan's realm, but it was neat, nice, and happy. We got in 3 different cars. Dan and Arya got in one. Jake was driving us, and Angie and Darius got in another with 3 other combatants from the pack. When we reached the pack house, the members stopped what they were doing to look at us. A man I recognized as I rushed into the pack house to call his alpha. Amos got out of the house alongside Eunice. They looked smug, as though they have already made it in life. But my gaze is fixed on Amos. It wasn't him. As I sensed earlier, he was different and dark. What an honor to have you all here, he fake beamed. His eyes raked on mine for a long time, and Leandre growled, holding me closer. All the pack members had come to see what is going on. Are you turning hunters into shifters? My mate goes direct to the point. Amos raises his eyebrows in surprise, trying to fudge innocence, but we all heard his heart skip. No, and how dare you Lycans come to my pack to accuse me of this, he growls. Amos was getting daring indeed. Does he want to die? Arya goes forward, her eyes shining with jest and malevolence. Don't growl at your king, swine. How dare you, Princess Arya, come to our pack to insult us? Eunice speaks, rebelliously. As they exchange words, my stare went to my parents. Oh no, Mr. and Mrs. Ross. I didn't see vexation in their gaze. They were pleased to see me, but my stare was cold, and I didn't look at them twice. A few feet next to them was Leah and the former Alpha and Luna. They had wrath in their gaze. I smirk at them, knowing their only son will be their undoing. And if there is any truth to these allegations, they shall all be punished. I didn't feel sorry for them. It was their karma for all the evil they did. Things escalated with Arya and Eunice, the next I knew. Eunice was in the princess chokehold, and two warriors were running at an incredible speed to attack Arya nonetheless. Only one made it to her, as the other was stopped by Jack. He easily broke the man's neck, and gasps erupt from the bystanders. Arya discharges Eunice, but not without clawing her badly on her side and pushing her to the ground. The princess elongates her canines and bites into the warrior that assailed her, and a piercing scream resounds from a lady's mouth. Maybe his mate. "Whoa, what are you doing?" Amos stutters, not too confident now. I cross my arms against my chest and ask, "Are you making shifters that are going around causing chaos in wolf packs?" I ask sharply. He has taken back my tone, but his gaze turns to irritation. "This is crazy, and you, Anna," before he can finish his sentence, Leandre interrupts. "That's Queen Anaiah, or your majesty to you." Prick! Amos takes a sharp breath, ready to say something, but his father beats him to it. "Your majesty," he says with venom on his tongue, originally belonged to this pack. "And how dare you accuse us of such atrocities?" I take a step forward, looking the man dead in the eyes, and he quietens, submitting to me immediately. "Firstly, I'm not from this pack, and you know it." I start. I know very well that they knew because they had to welcome us here. My name is Anaiah Altamirano of the Crest Pack, and my biological father was the Alpha King, hence making me a princess. So I command you to speak the truth. I order. Gasps burst among the members of the Dawnrise Pack. They're astounded and whispering amongst each other. They didn't know about this. Not even the former Alpha, who is glaring at Mr. Ross. Amos is looking pale now, his breath coming out in short pants. I look at the wristwatch impatiently and tab my feet against my ground. Just to taunt them, my wolf releases her royal dominating aura, and they bow, each one of them. "Such a bad bitch," whispered Arya. "She is relishing this too much." I feel the heat creep up in my cheeks in embarrassment at her remark, but I still keep a stern face. Am I enjoying this too much? Hell, yes. This fucking pack bullied and mistreated me for years because I defended myself from a pedophile. I can feel my mate's smile, and when I glance at him, I'm flustered. But he only smirks at me. Oh God. So where are they? I ask for the last time. Amos withdraws a bit and shifts into his wolf, trying to escape, but Arya transforms into a bigger one, pinning him to the floor. The crowd was a mess, and people were screaming in fear. Enough. It was silent. Most members were on their knees and crying silently. "Shift, you asshole," I command. And after a few seconds, he shifts back. "You will take us where you make them." He glances at Eunice, and I know the Alpha's daughter knew about this as well. Surprise. I bend to pick her up harshly, without a care that I was harming her. "You will take us to the facility you are keeping them. Now." She bows her head to me, sobbing uncontrollably. We have been walking for 10 minutes to the facility. Amos and Eunice have their heads low, and Angie and Jack are not making it easy for them to walk as they keep striking them. Leandre's arm circles my waist, and he kisses my temple. "Fuck, you're hot, and I want to take you right now. Ravish you with my kisses." His smoldering voice sends shivers to my core. "I want you too." I bite my lower lips, and his eyes flash. I can see his huge bulge start to get excited, and I trace over it with my fingers' tips only for a second. "You guys are so disgusting," groans Arya, walking past us. Leandre holds my hand, pulling me closer to his chest. "Business first. Play later," he winks. His alluring gaze sends me on edge, and a purr escapes my lips. It's here. Anaiah's POV. The facility looks like a normal, huge, abandoned clinic in the clearing, and the strong mixture around it is making my wolf cranky. It smells really bad. No werewolf can stay here for a long time. Then I realize he uses human doctors. Amos opens the huge black door and we enter. A thin, tall man in a white coat comes to us with a smile. But it sputters when his eyes meet Amos' human hello. "I'm Dr. Fenn. How may we help you?" he asks. "What exactly do you do here?" Arya questions. Dr. Fenn is agitated now, peeking at Amos for anything but his face is natural. We are scientists that, experiment?" He is not sure of himself, and he's slightly quivering. "Experimenting on what?" laughs the princess. "We experiment on different creatures, lady." A few scientists come out into the lobby and others not smart enough try to run, but we stop them, getting them all on their knees. "How dare you treat my team with such incivility? Do you know who I am?" Dr. Fenn is enraged. I roll my eyes and continue to look around, but scowl as a ton of drugs and blood hit my nostrils. I reach an entrance that has a sign, "No entry." Luckily, it didn't require a password or a scanner. I push the door open and step into the room. There were many stores of glass containers, and each held people hooked to IV tubes. We looked further and I closed my eyes momentarily. This was horrible. The hunters in these containers were large, pale, and others disfigured. "Bring the scientist," I tell Jake. The doctor was trembling. "What are these?" I ask, sternly. "Well, these are humans with special blood in their veins. We know," I murmur. Slayers were humans who were made by witches in the 18th century to destroy their mutual enemies, shifters. They were strong and moved at incredible speed. For some time, they almost conquered, but the moon goddess stepped in to save her people. I turn around to face Amos. Why? The chemicals and alpha blood make them stronger than they already are. Hence, it's easy for us to take over packs, he answers, swallowing. I always knew that Amos had great ambition, but I didn't know it will get to this. "How many werewolf packs have you gotten with their help?" "3, Your Majesty," answers Eunice, taking me by surprise. However, they are not so smart to come up with this plan, and they are not affluent adequately to put it into motion. "Who is your sponsor?" They weren't expecting me to ask that, and I see the dread that takes over their features. My mate and I share a glance. "You heard her. Now answer." His tone is surprisingly calm, and it scares them. "We don't know," Eunice cries. I could have felt sorry for them, but my stare went to the slayers that were taken from their families, and lives to be used as fighting machines. "What do you mean you don't know? Are you that idiotic?" I spat. My tone doesn't conceal my fury. "We only ever spoke on phone, and he made huge transactions of money through a Swiss account. Idiots," murmurs my mate. They were indeed, obviously, this strange supporter would want something in return sooner or later. "How many slayers do you have?" asks Stanford. "They were 115 didn't survive the shift, and 5 were killed by the king." My heart clutches, and I couldn't contain my wrath. I slap Amos hard across the face that he staggers. "You sent them to kill us." "Kill your king and queen?" "Everything I did was for us. I took his bargain to get you back," he says desperately. "You're sick. People don't make such deals for free, and how far would you have gone with this?" I exhale, running a hand through my hair. He's sick first. He rejected me, and now he claims to do this for me. "I would have stopped when I have you." A possessive growl erupts from my mate, and he holds my waist securely. He breathes in my fragrance to soothe him and his Lycan. "I thought you loved me," screams Eunice, her wolf surfacing and almost attacking Amos. "I don't feel anything for you, and you knew it. You overlooked all that because you wanted a life with me. The only woman I'll ever love is Anaiah." Leandra was almost attacking Amos at this point, but I held him down, staying close in hopes of easing him again. "Shut up, or we'll release those slayers and lock you in there with them, or they'll enjoy tearing you apart." Arya threatens, her eyes flashing gold. Eunice has started to cry again, probably because her chosen mate confesses to still wanting me or the punishment they'll face for their crime. Did you not for once think that he'll need payback for all he's doing for you? He said he will collect his debt in due time, Amos answers. We ignore the two and focus on the slayers. We have to decide their future now. We can't let them walk around. They might start to kill shifters. Are you suggesting we kill them? Gamma Jack? I glare at him, and he avoids my gaze. I raise an eyebrow when I realize even Leandre was thinking of killing them. Babe, I think it's for the best, as in, look at them. No. Leon, we can detox them of all chemicals in their system, and those scientists can try to rectify this. How can they all agree to kill so many people? My heart wouldn't know rest if I did. After agreeing to disagree, my mate looks at Dr. Fenn. Can you fix this? Well, sir, it is going to be difficult but possible. We shall need funding. Lots and lots. That's not a problem. I informed the scientist. Happy that my mate is considering keeping them alive. You do realize that they'll still be slayers even if they can't shift, right? They will still hunt down supernatural creatures, says Angie, who hasn't said a word since we got here. I think we have pressing matters to discuss. For starters, catching the man who's sponsoring this operation? I have a feeling it has to do with the recent attack we got. I say, looking back at Amos. I don't know about that. I swear, isn't it odd that Alpha Martin has been quiet? I think we should pay that pack a visit after this, suddenly says. Leandra and I agree with him. That man and his daughter hate us to the core. They might just be planning something dreadfully. He actually been on his best behavior and even meditates. Anaiah left the hospital and traveled to another country, Jake informs us. After leaving the doctors there to work on the shifters, we go to the town hall where official meetings with pack elders take place. We sit around the rectangular table with me and Leandre taking either side of it. A few elders of the pack were there to deliver Amos and Eunice's punishment. His parents left as they couldn't contain their sobs. I would suggest banishment, but they might just join forces with our unknown enemy to take us out, because they know how the packs work, says Leandra. He is looking mighty. Let's keep them in the dungeons and let them be treated like the traitors and rats they are. Arya grits her teeth. Eunice is begging and wailing. I lucky enjoy seeing that. Is it wrong? I can't survive in such a dirty please. Please, please? Your Highnesses, take pity on me, she wails. Amos forced me. I didn't want to do it. Someone please call my daddy. She was ranting at this point. Amos' gaze is on me the whole time, and I don't flinch or shudder. I am stronger now, and a man like him would not affect me. They won't be kept here in the dawnrise. They might get special treatment from guards, or even escape, hence will be taken to the royal pack where they will serve with the hardest labor. And we won't forget the whipping, I add gleefully. 2 royal warriors drag them away, and 2 more are ordered to guard them in case they attempt to flee. We still have to discuss the succession. Amos was the only son of Alpha Rivers. I don't want anyone associated with that name to lead this pack, interrupts my mate. You, as elders, will choose a worthy candidate, and after they pass through all training, I will swear them in. After that matter was done, a few Omegas prepared us rooms in the pack house since it was late for us to go back. Feels like old times. Huh, comes my mate's voice behind me. We were in the room I stayed with Leon when we found each other. I sigh, looking further into the forest. Feels like yesterday, yet it's been over a year. Leon hugs me from behind, and silence engulfs us, my thoughts trailing to Lily and Max Ross. They requested an audience with me, but I declined it. I'm not ready for that yet. I'm afraid the pain will come back. The misery I buried and the weakness I felt back then was asphyxiating. all the beatings I received from them, or the members, when I'd beg them to stop, or take me away from this pack. All that is in the past, my love. Leon must have sensed my emotions through the bond. Weakness, the abuse, and the dirt is all gone. You rose above it with grace and showed us what you're really made for. And now, they regret treating you the way they did, he says. I lean into his chest. I'm just a bit scared that it will come back. No, my queen doesn't have to be troubled about that. And if it manages to creep in, just know that I got you. He bends down to kiss my neck, and I turn around. I kiss his lips and whisper, I want to go for a run. He frowns, looking down at the huge swell in his pants. But I was already on the balcony before he can tempt me. He follows me, and I jump from the 3rd floor, landing swiftly on my paws. Leon is smiling at me. Sneaky move. He jumps too, shifting midair, and we take off running into the forest. Our counterparts are loving this, jumping over logs, playfully tugging and biting each other. The cool air in our fur is rousing, and as we run, we stop to drink from a river not far. My mate pushes me into the water, and I growl lowly. What the mother goddess is he thinking? He looks satisfied, and I get out, shaking my frame and making the water splatter on him. He whimpers, and I would laugh if I can right now. Our inner parts stay in this abyss for a while longer, recreating on the grass under the moonlight. He places his neck over mine and nibbles it, making us purr, and finally the two mate. Should we go back, baby? He links, I nod, and we get on our paws, running back to the pack house. But I'm suddenly tackled to the ground. Leon! He only gives me a roguish smile, and I turn back too. I grin as my eyes wander down to his fully erect cock. I jump into his arms and catches me. He starts to leave kisses on my neck, and I grab the back of his hair, wanting him closer. Our tongues explore each other, and he sucks my breasts. I'm panting hard as my core drip with juices. Leon pushes me against the tree, and I cry at his sudden invasion. Oh, fuck, he pumps in me fiercely. We are moaning and growling. Our sounds resonate through the quiet night. I grab his shoulders as I rock my hips, whining and wanting him more. Fuck, baby. You're so tight, he groans. I moan. I kiss him sloppily on his lips, and he captures my lips into another intense kiss. More, faster, I holler as I feel my walls tighten around his dick. He thrusts into me savagely, and I cry out his name like crazy. My body was on fire, and it spread, consuming each part of me. I'm coming. Come, Fursbama. He smiles against my Scotty, shakes violently, blaves his fees, sees and me's. His buys being, beanie she crack. He retreats a few feet from our tree and watches it. We glance at each other and back to the tree as it falls. Wow. Sorry, nature. It was my favorite tree. He frowns cutely and I giggle. Leon puts me down and I almost fall, but he holds me. We hold hands as we go back to the suite. Arya's POV. Hey. I answer the phone and lay in bed, a smile making its way on my face. My relationship with Jacob has evolved even though it's still a secret. For now, it's only Jack and Queen Anna who knows. Jack has been suspecting that something was happening, so he followed me when I was going to Jacob's new pack. I didn't have the strength to argue, so I confessed. And as for Ara, I don't know how she found out, but she promised not to tell my brother until he hears the truth from me. So, is it a boy or a girl? I ask. I wish it were my baby with him, but I can never give him that because I'm infertile. The doctors told me years ago when I was young after an accident. Jacob chuckles. Guess, a boy that will look like you. I smile. It's a boy and a girl, I gasp and sit up in bed. Twins. Jacob, you're having twins. Wow, I'm happy for you. I was truly happy. He is silent for a while, and I know he was worried about something. What's wrong? It's a high-risk pregnancy, Arya. She is half Lycan, half human, and I'm an alpha. I can't help but worry, and they are twins. Lycan twin pregnancies are risky and complicated, especially when the female is of lower rank. The few times I've spent with Rosario, she has been nothing but warm, and I know that Jacob considers her a friend, and family even though they bicker. She'll be fine. We'll encourage her through it, I assure him, hoping to calm him down. You promise to be with me? He asks, and I smile at how soft his tone is. I promise. I'll hold both your hands if need be, even push the babies out. He chuckles and changes the topic. I miss you. When are you coming back to the city? After tomorrow. Can we see each other? Of course, I can't wait. He goes quiet again, and just when I thought he ended the call, he asks, What are you wearing? A black, lacy nightwear. Short and revealing, just how you like it. His breath shudders, and I smile, caressing my stomach with my fingers. If I were close to you, how would you want me to take you? His voice is smoldering, and I'm wet between my legs. Hard and rough, I whisper, putting 2 fingers in my pussy. I thrust in, not nearly as well as when he does it, but I have to make do. What position, baby? He husks. I'm moaning softly, and he knows I'm touching myself. All positions, but mostly, I want to be on my walls while you take me from behind. Fuck, he cusses. My thrust is faster, and I close my eyes, enjoying the sensation while he whispers words of how he would take me, lick my pussy, until I come in his mouth. But he won't stop doing it over until I'm begging him, crying out his name. He would suck my nipples while thrusting in me until I can't move my body. Oh my, Jacob! I scream as I reach my release, and I hear him groan too. I remove the phone from my ears, and I hear him whisper, Sleep well, my lover, Anaiah's POV. I wore a short-cut dress and heels, styled my hair, and carried my purse. Are you sure? I ask Leon. I'm meeting Lily and Max. We have to talk. Leon grabs my waist and kisses my forehead, cupping my face and looking into my eyes. He says, You need to set yourself free, and talking to them is the way to do this. I nod. I've been dreading to talk to them, but I should if I'm to completely move on from that part of my life. As we walk out of the suite, with every step I take, I feel nostalgic. You whore. You cunt. Killer. I hear the voices. My eyes swerved to the old closet that used to be my room. And I remember the alpha pulling me by my hair to throw me in there, causing me to injure my back. I turn away bitterly from the memory, but my gaze finds a foyer where Eunice and her friends almost set me ablaze. They were laughing while I begged to stop. It was Lily who saved me, not because she wanted to, but out of duty. I was scared, and I begged them to save me from torture, but they said it was my fault. I deserved the ill treatment. I stop dead in my tracks, only realizing that my hands are shaking and I'm crying. Warm hands hold mine, and I look up. My mate gives me a tiny smile, and it gives me strength. I wipe my tears and continue to walk. Look, Leon says. I notice everyone is bowing in front of us. They are so many. I let go of his hand and step closer to the crowd who greet me in unison. Good morning, Queen Anaiah. I don't know how to react to the way they are submitting to me. I glance back at my mate, and he nods encouragingly. I smile back at the crowd. Good morning, everyone. They each come to greet me, either apologizing or congratulating me on my new position. I am not only a Lycan queen, but a werewolf princess, their princess, and this is them paying tribute. I interact with them even though I am feeling emotional. Some ladies even bring their babies for me to see. I stare back at Leon, who is smiling as he watches me. Come, love, I call him. He stands by my side and I give him a baby, but he shakes his head. I've never held one before. I'll break her. The bystanders who are watching laugh. And I prompt him. He takes the baby from me and coos the girl. She stops being temperamental and smiles at him. His heart melts and a huge smile breaks on his lips. You're a natural, honey. After associating with the pack a while longer, Leon decides to do some work while I go to the country club to meet the Ross. A young lady escorts me to their table, and as soon as they see me approach, they get to their feet. Anya, whispers Lily, clasping her hands together and tears roll down her face. Her husband holds her closer, consoling her. I inhale and walk towards them. Hello, I greet them. They smile, which is discomforting for me, because they have shown me a smile since I was 13 years old. We take our seats and the waitress asks if we are having anything. No one speaks until I do. I'll have white wine. You drink now, Max says softly. They have their cocktails. It's Lily who goes first. Anaiah, we are so sorry for treating you the way we did. You didn't deserve it. I sigh. I was only happy when my drink came, and I took a gulp of it. Yes, sweetheart. Why didn't you take me to my godparents as my parents instructed you to? I interrupt them. Max inhales. Well, because we were selfish. I've wanted a child for a long time and just couldn't give you up. After all, we watched over you from the day you were born, he says, trying to hold my hand, but I revolt him. As they continue to tell their part of the story, I remember how much they cared for and loved me before I killed Thomas. I was Dad's little girl. Lily wasn't affectionate, but she cared for me. A tear rolled down my face, and another, as they apologize. I don't know if I can easily forget what happened, but I want to free myself from resentments. That's why I chose to forgive you, I tell them. They are relieved and ask if they can hug me. I contemplate letting them, and with each passing second, they are more disappointed. I nod and awkwardly hug them. Anaiah's POV. My eyes flutter open. I'm on my mate's chest. I stifle a yawn and he kisses my head. Good morning, my love, and happy birthday. I tilt my head to meet his eyes, and I smile. I forgot it's my birthday. I sit up and cup his face. Good morning, babe. I kiss his lips, and he kisses me back fiercely. My heart skips a bit as the door bursts open. A PPYBIRTHD, a Y. And Arya, Danford, Angie, Darius, Justin, and Jake enter the room with balloons and a velvet cake. I get out of bed. A W thank you guys. I love you. Arya holds up the cake so that I should blow out the candles, and I do while they sing a birthday song. We are going down to celebrate at the pack house, announces Dan. My mate suddenly pulls me into his chest and hugs me for a long time while our friends eat cake and laugh. I wrap my arms around his torso, and a few tears escape my eyes. To love and be loved is something I stopped believing in, but then this dangerous king came and swept me off my feet. He made me believe in love again, and showed me that I was worthy of love. I kiss his chest over again. Thank you, Leon, I whisper. Arya pulls me to her side and twirls me around the bedroom as petals of water lilies fall on us. We dance around happily, and it feels like I'm in a fairy tale. If it's a dream, I don't ever want to wake up. I want to be this happy forever. I stop dancing when I feel a bit nauseous. I take in a deep breath and eat some cake, but that made it worse. Seeing this, Leon comes too. Me? Are you all right? Yes, I think I ate too much cake, and it's making my tummy churn. I giggle. He only smiles, and I get a spoonful of it, making him eat it. He scrunches his face. Leandre hates sweet food. The rest of the day, We spend at the castle. I've been receiving gifts since morning. My phone rings and I answer. "Hi, brother. Happy birthday, Anna." He sings, and I smile, holding my chest as he continues to speak kind words to me. "We are celebrating tonight at the main pack house. Can you please come?" I ask. He thinks, before answering. "Sure, I wouldn't miss your birthday party." After talking to my brother and some pack members over there, I go back to my family. Everyone is in pure bliss, all chatting with a mug of coffee in their hands, discussing what happened since we met. In the evening, we'll get ready to go to the biggest pack house. I'm wearing a black strapless knee-length dress. My hair is in a messy bun, and I wear red lipstick. Leandre is in simple jeans and a white shirt that is guilty of showing off his chiseled upper body. We hold hands as we go downstairs. Let's go. We get into a limo and we are welcomed with alcohol. I only have a glass of champagne, as I was already feeling lightheaded. Wow. This is all I say when we reach the pack house. Everything is beautifully decorated with nice flowers and lights in the garden. To my surprise, my brother, Mutinta, and a few members of his pack are here too. They were enjoying themselves, and I found myself smiling. There was no enmity, just civil. Enrique was even talking to Jack and Danford. "Enrica," I call, letting go of Leandre's hand, and run to my brother. We share a long, sweet hug. "Hi, big girl," he says, pinching my cheek and pursing his lips. I pout and kiss his cheek. The people he came with greeted me before going to the party. "Thank you for coming. All of you, anytime, Queen Anaiah. Buffet?" Jake shouts, striding to it. We laugh and socialize. Everyone is wishing me well when suddenly power cuts. However, everyone goes quiet as a few kids sing a birthday song to me. And 3 waiters bring out the biggest cake I've ever seen. After blowing out the candles, this time with Leon's help since I couldn't reach all of them, the party continues and everyone is getting drunk. I'm dancing closely to my mate, hands in the air as if I don't care. "Speech, speech, speech," the mass starts to chant. I nod and go on the stage, getting the microphone from the DJ. "Thank you, everyone, for celebrating me, and I'm overwhelmed by the love I receive every day." I'm terrible at giving speeches. So, I exhale, turning to my mate. "Leon, my baby, my alpha. Thank you for treasuring me, and always being the best man and mate to me." The assemblage explodes into cheers, and Leon is smiling softly at me. He mouths an "I love you" to me, and I thank my brother for being the most devoted and caring brother. Next Arya and Dan, or I'd be in trouble for not mentioning them. In conclusion, I appreciate everyone. Somewhere as the party went on, I was feeling a tug in my mind. Someone was trying to open a mind link with me, not only me, but my mate as well. We exchanged a glance and opened at the same time. "My king, my queen. We have a problem at the border." It was the head patrol guard. "What is it?" "Wolves are trying to enter the main gates. Hundreds of them. And I don't think we can hold them for much longer." I didn't wait for anyone as I made my way to the border. I felt a presence beside me, and I realized it was Leon and my brother and a few others. In a few minutes, we reached the border and I was shocked. Anaiah's POV. There are hundreds of people outside the city gates. They look pale, hungry, and dirty. Many were women and children, and the men are talking to the guards, trying to enter the walls of the city. Leandra steps forward and clears his throat. Their gazes turn to him, and they all get on their knees, bowing. It is an incredible moment. Where are they from? I can smell wolves, but also bears and a few Lycans in their presence. "What is going on here?" Leandre asks, in that intimidating voice of his. A man and a tall, thin woman step forward. They have similar traits with the same markings on their face and arms. They bow in respect before talking. My king, we are from the Pear Moon Pack. A month ago, we were attacked and forced to flee our homes. The female answers clearly. I squint my eyes. Who attacked you? The North Werbear Pack. Up northern part? Murmurs my brother, and I turn to him. Do you know this pack? Not personally, but I've heard about them. They are the most dominating Werbear pack for miles, and that is where their king and his 2 heirs reside. They are a large and wealthy pack too, he tells me. I nod and turn back to face the woman that spoke. Were you in battle with them? No, my queen. We weren't allies, but we lived peacefully in the region before the sudden attack, she says. That's peculiar. Could it be related to the attack we faced? I ask myself. We were also assailed by them and were forced to flee. They took our land and half of our warriors. A huge man with a large beard emerges from the crowd. He is a Lycan by the smell of it. His fists are clutched and he had a huge scar across his face. How many packs are here? 4. These people have traveled from another part of the region to find sanctuary here. The leaders of the destroyed packs step forward, and my heart sinks to see a girl no older than 18 among them. She has blonde hair and baby blue eyes. She is visibly scared and cold, but her face is stern and determined. How many are your people? I ask gently, her eyes riveted behind her members, and then to me. 101. We were many, but we didn't stand a chance against the werebears and rogues. So my father asked me to lead the surviving members and come to the main city to find the surviving royal members. She informs. I exchange a glance with Enrique. Most werewolves have heard about royals being alive. What's your name? Samantha Wilson. I give her a tiny smile and her eyes light up. You all can't enter the main city. They gaze at Leandre with pleading looks. The hope on their faces all dim, and the children and women cry louder. Not now. At least, however, we shall provide tents and warm food for you while we look for a solution. These people are over 1,000, and they need accommodation. My brother and mate immediately start making calls to get arrangements ready, while I ask the nearby restaurants to prepare food and tea for everyone. We are in December, so it's chilly, and I notice that most of them don't have enough clothes to cover them against the cold season. In an hour or so, trucks of wood came, and we started a fire in groups. Angie and Mutinta were distributing blankets to those with families and kids. Jake, Jack, and Dan were unloading more supplies, while my mate helped to build up large tents. Arya and a few others isolated the kids who lost their parents and got their names. Everyone had something to do, and I was surprised when the mass joined us to set up. Luna, the tents are not enough, and there are sick elderly who need medical attention. Also, the medicine the general hospital brought is barely enough for the kids, says Justine. Indeed, they were coughing, others even throwing up. We needed more help if we are to cater for all these people. We can handle that tomorrow, and I think for now we'll have to work with what we have, says Arya. It was late already, and we have been trying to make everyone as comfortable as they could be. But these people need help, and they need it today, I sigh. Okay, let's just do what we can do. I nod, and start distributing the warm food Angie brought. They were standing in a line, and each that received was grateful. My eyes sway to Samantha. She is in a corner, looking around. A few tears ran down her face, but she wipes them quickly. Our eyes met. She only smiled and nodded. I felt a kind of familiarity with her, and I approached her. Hey, are you doing okay? I ask, putting a large coat on her shoulder. She puts her phone away and gives me her attention. Papa is dead. I felt it. I pull her for a hug, and she wraps her arms around me reluctantly, unsure if she could. She sobs quietly and detaches herself. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't cry. I need to be strong for my pack. I shake my head and tilt her face so she can look at me. It's okay to cry, Samantha. You lost your family. I tell her gently. You need to know that the princess isn't behind these attacks. I squint my eyes and urge her to tell me further. The Werewolf King is dead, and the only serving member of the family is the princess. Samantha's hands are slightly shaking, so I hold them, and she smiles at the gesture. She is seriously so cute. Princess Scarlet is being forced by a wizard to do all this. He imprisoned her and is keeping her people, threatening to kill them if she doesn't comply. My heart revved, and a chill went down my spine. Wizard. So the covens are doing all this? But why? Witches and wizards are very rare in our domain. They hate shifters because we vanquish the realm, so they avoid any altercation with us and keep to themselves. How can a wizard control a pack of werebears? I ask silently, but Samantha heard. Amicus is a very ambitious and dangerous man, Luna. So the wizard is Amicus. I think he spent time planning this attack because he has rogues on his side, and he entered the pack disguised as another pack leader who wanted an alliance through marriage, and when he was denied, he killed. Her voice is cracking and more tears run down her face. I wait for her patiently, squeezing her hand for comfort. He killed the king and his male offspring, Silas. He was her mate. Comes my brother's voice in my head. I didn't realize that he was listening to us in a distance, now that I notice even Leon and Arya have their ears perked up to our conversation. They probably didn't want to make her feel overwhelmed or intimidated. So without the princess, he cannot order the bears. She smiles softly and says the werebear pack would rather kill themselves than listen to a stranger who killed their king and prince. So Princess Scarlet is trapped under the wizard. Amicus. Samantha nods. He sold her to a brothel at first, but when he discovered the warriors and subjects won't listen to him, he got her back to use as a puppet. A growl erupts from my brother, and I turn to him. He looks like he is about to murder someone with his clutched fists and red eyes that are ablaze with anger. Samantha moves closer to me, and I hold her, guiding her to get some food. Thank you for everything you are doing, Luna. The woman who spoke earlier approached me. Her name is Imari of the West Wood Pack. I smile and she nod. The male next to him is quiet. I wonder if he can't speak. It was already midnight, and we were all tired, so we worked quickly to get done. Hello, everyone. Long time, no see. Oh, someone kill me now. I slowly turn around and come face to face with the woman I loathe. Anaiah is smiling proudly, wearing a cowboy outfit. Her long hair is flawless, and by her side was an Asian male with ash hair and gray eyes. He has a chiseled frame, and from the confident aura he exuded, I can tell he is a beta by rank. The woman saunters forward confidently and goes to my mate. I roll my eyes when she bows or curtsy like some princess, and both me and the man she is with let out a possessive growl. So, the bitch finally found her mate. The man comes to me while Anaiah speaks to Leandre. I'm surprised she is keeping her distance. Hello. You must be Queen Anaiah. The man has a gentle voice. I nod. I'm Ashton, a beta of a pack in South Asia. I've heard about you from my mate, Anaiah. He stretches out his hand and I greet him politely. Pleasure. Not so pleasant things, I believe. Ashton chuckles and shakes his head. You're right. I'm afraid, but I believe she was just blinded. He points at the king who is seriously talking to Anaiah. We go to our significant others. Leandre kisses my temple and Anaiah sneers. She was about to say something, but her mate nudges her. Must I, baby boo? She pouts. Ashton nods firmly and her eyes snap to me. I'm sorry. Say it like you are. Baby boo. She stomps her feet like a child. It's entertaining to watch. Exhaling, the alpha's daughter looks at me sternly. Queen Anaiah, I'm sorry for the trouble I caused you, and I'm more sorry for insulting you. But to be honest, it was the opposite. And you? Boo, Ashton warns. Forgive me. Luna Queen and I hope we can work today on a project soon. I have been following your work through the months, and I'm inspired. Wow. After a short while, I nod and smile. It's all right. I forgive you, I tell her earnestly. And she smiles. Her mate kisses her head and asks, "We came to help. Please tell us what we can do." We came with a truck of clothes and shoes. Thank you, I smile. Gosh, my immaculate mate brings out the best in me. Anaiah sighs, smiling at him. It's good that she found her forever and won't go after mine anymore. I grab Leon's hand. We finish setting up after 2 a.m. Everyone, job well done today. We'll go to rest and continue tomorrow. We went back to our homes. As soon as we reached our room, my mate lifts me and twirls me, kissing my lips. You did well today. I'm proud of you, he praises. I'm proud of us. I kiss his forehead quickly, and that was all about my birthday. I knew that the following weeks will be the busiest. I put my head on my mate's chest and close my eyes. A smile forms on my lips as his scent surrounds me. Mine,